What's the deal, my people? You know what it is, the Don Tony Teflon. I'm back at you. Another one. This one is from season 3. Season 3. What questions do they have to answer? They got to answer some shit for us, man. You know, they can't just giving us the runaround. Can't have that, right? So we're going to do From. I told you, we're back with From. I will do a changeling video. I will jump that off for you. I promise you that. What took so long was I have a new Yankee hat because this one is shot and I can't fucking find it. I don't know what I did with it. I have so many Yankee hats laying around. Like I buy like 3 at a time and I can't find the one that I'm looking for. So that's my problem right now. That's what took so long. I'm sorry about that. I'm looking over here. I'm thinking maybe that's it in the window over there. All right, okay. Let's go. Let's say what up to the people who are here right now. Thank you and everything else. Nika, the DYI Diva, what's going on with you? Mary Kay, thank you so much for being here. You're a subscribing member and everything else. I love you. Thank you for being up in here. Daryl's up in the building watching with us right now. What up to you in the building? Let's go back up again. May Kent, thank you for being a new member. Truly appreciate it. Lady Stonehearted Kimmy G is up in the building rocking with us. Lady Ace is up in here. Luna Lovegood is in here rocking with us and everything else. You know, TNX Jesus. Jesus. You know. It's up in there. Angie is in the building rocking with us right now. See, the counselor is in the building with us right now. Rocking with us. AK-47 is in the building rocking with us right now. Sonic, your boy, is up in here. Thank you all for being here. I guess I didn't even got the branding up. I ain't been at this for a little while. Give me, I ain't done this for a little while. Have been dealing with some stuff being the brand. All right, let's see if we can find one that fits. I'll have to change this one. 1 second. There we go. Put that there. And we'll show it. There we go. Now we have that on there and everything else. Thank you again. We'll have the phone lines open if you want to call in and talk and everything else. You want to call in and tell me what you think they need to show us in season 3. Again, but before, Red Lipstick Club is in the building, rocking with us and everything else. Thank you so much, Anna. It's hard to be in these streets. As always, Thug Mugs in hand, right? Thug Mugs in hand. That's what it is. If you're like, why Don got on a sweat jacket? Motherfucker, it's New York. It's cold out this motherfucker. It's cold up this motherfucker right now. It's the weather. All right. Yeah, again, you can call in the numbers on the bottom of the screen. What do you believe that they need to show us in season 3? Now, listen, this is a mystery box show. We know that. We also know that they're not going to give us everything. We're dealing with the first 2 seasons. I'll say we got that much. I think they could have gave us a little more than they've given us. Maybe they're saving some things for some big reveal, but there has to be some things I think that they have no choice but to show me. I need to see it with season 3 because I got to start thinking about how long is this going to go. But before we go into that, let's go into the actor strike. The actor strike is just about over. From what I'm reading, they have all the major hurdles worked out. It's just a couple of things that they need to work out. So the actor strike should be over soon, which is great, meaning all actors can go back and start working on the show and everything else. So that is what's up. So definitely that's going to help the case and everything else. Before I go on into this thing, I'm going to, I was given, there's a channel on YouTube called the Daily Wire. Very nice channel. I don't know if y'all like this. Whatever. The Daily Wire. They're a good channel. They do good work for what they do. I'm not going to talk politics with anybody in here right now. In the end, they have a thing called, convicting a murderer about making a murderer. Their rebuttal to it. I was going to do a podcast with it with LMR and do and then come on and do live streams about that. Have y'all watched it? And if you have, would you like me to do it? I'm gonna do the podcast with LMR, but would you like me to do call and live streams on on it too? Let me know. Put that in the comment section. All right. So that is that right now. Oh wait, Callie, it's good seeing you. So well, I Phil the Issues guy could be joining me a little later if he gets it, depending on what time he gets it, depending on how long I'll be on and stuff. I just spoke to him. He's just jamming out right now. So we'll see what it is. All right, let's go through it right now. You see the number on the bottom of the screen. If you want to call, you can call in. My number one thing right now that I think they have to show. Now I know people are going to say that you gotta do the whole Tabitha thing and confirm where she's at and do it. I think that that's something that they just introduced. So though I think that's going to play out, I don't know if they have to show us that. Number one thing I think they have to show us are these goddamn monsters. What was going on with the monsters? I need to know 100% what the monsters are and what's going on with them. I did say call in. I saw this call. Let's answer this.
Call from to accept, press 1.
What's going on? You're rocking with the Don Tony Teflon. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, it's Tess.
What's going on, Tess? How's everything?
Everything is good. I am so glad that you're doing a From stream. So yeah, we wanted to talk about season 3 and what they need to answer.
Give it to me. What do you think it is?
I think they need to answer who is the person on the inside who's watching everyone. They need to answer that.
You think they need to give away who is the big bad controlling this whole thing in season 3?
No, I mean I forget the word for it, like the double agent who's like.
Oh, all right, the mole.
The mole, yes, that's what they need to give that. I was really disappointed they didn't give that at the end of season 2.
Okay.
At least to the audience, that's what I thought they were going to do, like a little bit of like maybe more of like a really intense hint that it's them, but other people don't know.
Okay.
So I think that's super important. And also, I rewatched season 1 and season 2 recently.
Yep.
And I miss the really intense horror vibes season 1. Like I know that's not about the plot, but I'm hoping that we kind of get back to it being more scary. Yeah, I don't know that, but
it doesn't make sense. Let's talk about this for a little bit before you get it. I see you trying to hang up on me. Don't hang up on me yet, girl. We're going to talk about what you had to say. All right, the mole situation first. I think that, to me, I mean, do you have an idea who you believe the mole is?
Yeah, I think I have a couple ideas. But my strongest one is Kenny's mom.
Okay.
I think she's very suspicious. But yeah, Kenny's mom or Donna, perhaps.
All right. So I'm with you. I think both of them would be the two that I would say. I think Donna probably is the mold in the end. I think that Randall's going to be proven right in the end, that he had it right, that there was something suspect with her. I think that would, but Kenny's mom also makes a good point because she's in control of the food. If there is anything going in the food, like some type of mushrooms or something that make people see certain things, she would have access to all that situation. So Kenny, Mont, and Donna would be my picks too. After that, you said you wish for it to be more scary. Now, I think what happened with the scary aspect is that they dumbed down the monsters so much in season 2 that they got rid of the monsters being actually like, who's afraid of these things? I mean, when we look at the scene, like we've seen when Fatima and Ellis stabbed in the stomach and they're going inside the place, these monsters are literally like 2 feet for them and they go right in right there. You know what I mean? And it's like, it doesn't seem like they're a threat anymore.
Sorry to interrupt you. Sorry. You think about Cautry season 1 and it's just like they got him out of nowhere.
Yeah, when they got Father Cautry, they reached out, their hands grew longer, they sliced the neck, but it just seems like they didn't do anything. They were this walking, like even when Randall was out there, right? And Randall was running, they just turned around and walked slow. And I understand they want to do the slow walk and everything else, and that's fine when you're inside of a building or something. But to me, that is why it's not as scary, because they took away the fact that these monsters can kill you. They don't seem like it's a threat. All you have to do is stay inside the house with a talisman and scream at them, and there's nothing they can do to you. So they have to somehow make the monsters more threatening. They have to upgrade them. They have to make it the talismans don't work. You have to figure out something to make these monsters a bigger threat than they were in season 2.
Absolutely. Like it was really disappointing, especially that car scene. I was just like, really? Like, I don't know. It's just but like they did in the beginning of the second season, they did that thing with Kelly and the tree. Like that was
Uh-huh.
awful. It wasn't horror, it wasn't like horror vibes as much, but it was just like, wow, like the extent they'll go to be so cruel.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just kind of fell off from there. Like I thought, oh my gosh, what are we gonna see? Are they gonna do anything more cruel than just,
Yeah,
you,
and
you
and,
know,
and it's show that the monsters are meticulous. You know what I mean? It showed that they had a plan to torture this woman, and they stuck that there, and someone used the alarm to make the people walk over so they would discover her and stuff. But
I
they
know.
didn't get away. They didn't do anything else after that. And the fact that no main character died, this makes it like it's not like, I mean, I don't want to compare it to Game of Thrones, but Game of Thrones, you felt like anyone could die at any time, no matter who they were. And
And
they didn't kill
that's not
anyone this season. So they didn't kill anybody this season. And I think that's too. They should have let Donna get killed by the monster on a tree. They should have did something.
yeah. I mean, as much as I love Donna, it's just like you gotta have some stakes for the people we care about. It's just like,
Yep.
because I just think like, oh, the new people are just fodder because we don't care about them. And
Yeah, no, we don't though. I mean, we don't. I didn't. If that was, let's just say, let's pick someone random, Kenny's mother with the thing in her head to the tree, it would have been a much more gripping scene than this girl who it was, right?
absolutely,
You know,
absolutely.
so you didn't give us enough time to care about these other characters before you started picking some of them off. I mean, they should have picked off one of them. Like when they had all three of them at the end of the show, Randall, Julie, and I forgot who the other person was screaming like a banshee. But whoever it was, one of them people
Yeah,
should have died.
absolutely.
They shouldn't have all made it out scot-free. One of them had to go. And I think
Hmm.
they blew it by not letting, because it made this new creature, this nightmare creature, no threat. They defeated it in a couple of episodes, and now it's all over.
Yeah, it's just I hope they have like, I mean, I've heard that they've have like a really like overarching plan for the show. And like they are not just like playing, they're not just, whatever, each episode, each season. But yeah, I am so confused with a few of the choices on season 2, and don't get me wrong, it's still my favorite show, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just like those little things, just like uh and I had one question. I was curious what you thought about season 1, they talk about how they used to scream at
Yep.
night before the television. And then season 2, they start screaming a bit again. And I'm wondering what that's about.
I think it's because there's new people that were there, so they
Oh,
tried to
okay.
use their old tricks for the new people.
Because they're still like not, yeah, basically they're not scheming as much. It's just more like them because they're not used to
Yes.
all this.
Yes, that's
All
what I
this
think.
crazy. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I just hope season 3 they just, yeah. And then we have to figure out what's, of course I feel like they're going to give us answers, but who knows, with Tabitha, like what's going on with
Yeah,
her.
I think they have to do something with Tabitha, but I think that your thing, that I agree with both. I would like to know who the mole is. I think they could have done it. I don't think that hiding it any longer is going to help the show. And I really do
Mm,
hope that they get back to it being a little bit more scary. It's a horror show. Let's get that horror up a little
mhm. Oh, and one more question before I go.
bit. Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Like, I would love to see a scene, and I think there's a reason why they're hiding it from us. I would love to see a scene of us like watching the monsters like actually like the whole process of what they're doing to the bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't know if it's just because they don't want to be too gore, gross out, or if it's they're hiding something about like what they're actually doing to the bodies. Because like season one, I kind of assume like, oh, they're eating
Mm-hmm.
something, but I don't really think they are.
Yeah, they're not eating
I don't know.
anything. They're not eating these people at all. I mean, we see it inside the monsters as dry as a bone inside there.
No, and
It was. They said it was basically petrified, is what the girl said. The nurse when she came on the channel, she said that it was petrified remains inside of it.
okay, which means that they wouldn't be eating. I guess I don't really
Yeah, I
know.
don't know if and mummy's eating it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, what are you doing? But yeah, I don't know if you have any ideas of what they're actually doing, or they just like let's kill them in a brutal way.
I
That's like
do. I
all they're
do have
doing.
ideas. I don't know. I don't know if I could express them in this video. I may have to make a video on what's going on. What I think, but I
Okay,
do have
well,
ideas.
I'll definitely watch it.
Well,
So.
thank you so much. Thank you for calling in. Also,
Of course. Yeah, talk to you again another time.
all right. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Peace. Yeah, I agree with Tess when she's saying a lot of these things that she's saying on there. Dealing with the mole, I think the mole is something that they can give us. Now, that was introduced in season 2. So some people may say, well, they introduced it in season 2. Do they really have to show it in season 3? It all depends on how many seasons you think this thing is going to run. I'm giving it 5, which means that, we got 3 seasons left. I give it 5 seasons. I don't see it going past 5 seasons. I don't see this doing 6 to 8 seasons. I don't see it unless, listen, anything is possible if it's getting the ratings and it's drawing people in. But I think it's a 5-season show, which is a long time. 5 years is a long time, right? It's longer than the presidency, right? So I give it 5 seasons in the end for it to do something. And then if they wanted to spin it off, like do it, from before these people were in there, the people that were before them, or do it when Victor was young, or even after these people, something else, depending on how it ends or anything. I'll be with it to see that. But yeah, I think they can give us the mole. So I agree with that. That is something that I would like them to do. And as for this horror aspect, again, they've dumbed down these monsters so much in season 2 that you have no fear of them. I would have no fear. I'm telling you, if I lived in that town, I'd be fucking with these monsters all the time. I would just stand right next to them. When they got close to me, I would just run away. And then when they got close again, I run again. And I would just keep doing it just to play with them because there's nothing they can do. Can they climb trees, monsters? Because I run away and climb a tree and laugh at them. All right, let's take this call.
Call from.
The voice at 916.
To accept, press 1.
Hello, voice of 916.
Well, hello and welcome back.
Well, thank you. Thank you for you coming back, waiting for me to come back and being here.
You've had us folks out here, going through withdrawals.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I was sick. We know I talked about that a little bit. I was sick then. I got the other one done, and I told them we'd be back. But I've been so much on the grind at my job and everything else, and it's just been. I'm working 6 days a week. It's just hard, you know what I mean? I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I wish I was. Subscribe to the channel. Help me become a full-time YouTuber. So I got to do this stuff, right? But it's just a grind and it's hard. But I'm off. I'm actually on vacation for this week, so I'm able to do this.
Yeah, it is a season though, but I'm glad you're back and I'm glad you're feeling better.
Well, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it.
Yeah. And as to your question, what we would like to see for season 3, well, I think they need to let us know what the big picture is before they show us or indicate or something in regards to the mole. But they need to let us know what the big picture is, whether this is an experiment, whether it's aliens or whatever that is. At least some little hints
You think
to
that
that.
all right, so you think that season 3, they should say, if this is an experiment, if this is aliens, whatever is going on with this town that's making this town run, they need to tell us that in season 3 is what you're saying.
Well, they need to strongly hint to that, to one or the other. I don't
Mhm.
think they'll give us the complete answer because that would be the end of the show, but they need to kind of veer us in that direction as to who is controlling the monsters and what is bigger than the monsters. They kind of hinted with the boy in white.
Yep.
Maybe give us more clues with that. Kind of give us a big picture kind of thing.
And so I wish they would do it. I don't think we get it though. I think it may be a little too much for season 3 to know if it's aliens or anything like, or and someone else is controlling the experiment. I don't. I just again, it all comes down to how many seasons they want to run this. And if it's a 5 seasons, I think you would get that in the 4th season, the season
Mm,
before it. If this is the
hmm
last season, only doing 4 seasons, then yes, I would say they would need to give it to us. But I don't think we'll get that until the final season of that. You may get a little hint of something, but
hmm
I don't think you're going to get more than that. But I could save you the trouble. I'm telling you that it's aliens. This is what it is.
Okay, Tony. I think we know what you think it is,
And don't thinking
but
about it.
do
I know. I'm telling you, this is what it is.
but
The
do
only
you
way
think that
it's
maybe?
not is if these people watch my videos and they purposely say they're not gonna do it because of me, and that's it.
Okay, okay.
That's
But
the only way. That's the only
do you
way.
think they might allude to the mole and kind of lead us in the direction of the big picture? Do you think it might go that way as opposed to giving us peeks of the big picture,
I think the
maybe
mole
through
is going to
Tabitha?
be it's gonna be someone who's not what they think they are, you know what I mean? It's not going to be like, let's say it's Kenny's mother, right? And Kenny's mother
Hmm
is acting like she's this domestic woman who's just doing this. You'll turn out that she'll really be some type of scientist or something like that, you know what I mean? So I
hmm
think that's what it's gonna be when the mole is presented. That mole is going to be someone, fancy, a doctor or scientist or something else, or alien itself in disguise. The mole is going to be not just a regular human being. It's not going to be what it's presented to be. That's all just going to be a front in the end. It's going to be something good. And let's put this right here. Sonic your boy saying, I mean, eat that hot chip. Listen, I'm not eating any chip because I'm right. So y'all can keep dreaming all you want. Keep dreaming.
What do you think that the mole might be something like? Let me ask you this: Manchurian type thing. They're the mole, but they don't know they're the mole.
I don't know. I do think because I think it's an experiment, and I think they're messing with these people, and I think that in an experiment in something like that because they say it like when they bring certain things up, they usually get rid of it. And the fact that they had Randall say it, right? Oh, this is an experiment. If that's the case, then
Yeah.
there's going to be a mole in here. And then they tried to like throw it away, like, oh, Randall's crazy. Just know what he's talking about. I think that means it really is that there really is a mole and
hmm
there really is some type of experiment. I mean, they brought it up.
hmm
They brought Jim up saying the experiment, and then they brought him up saying the mole. And they tried to make it seem like, oh, he's crazy. He's just going off the hinge. But see, the thing about Donna and why I believe Donna is definitely the mole is that she from the jump didn't like this dude, right? And she was
hmm
suspicious, maybe because she knew he could suss her out. You know what I mean? And she was always trying to, Mel, there's something wrong with this guy. There's something wrong. Look at this guy. He's a troublemaker. He's this. I think she knew that he would be on to her. And she was just trying to do the diversionary tactics to make people discredit this dude.
That's very possible. She's planted that seed very early on.
Early on,
But
early on.
let me ask you this as well. Now we have the situation with Jade going down in the cave
Yep.
and trying to figure out what's going on with that. We have Tabitha, who we think is outside of Fromville, but we're not certain on that.
Hmm.
And then we also have Sarah with her intuitive feelings.
Hmm.
Now, those are three avenues that could be going toward the big picture. I think the breakthrough will come either by one of them or by a combination of them, kind of culminating to maybe the end of the season.
Yeah, I agree that all those things are definitely aspects of the whole situation, without a shadow of a doubt, and it all ties in to each other. The place being able to talk to Sarah, Sarah being in tune
Mm-hmm.
with, it's not the place. See, and they say that the voices that are talking to her, they always say the place is talking to her, but it's not. It's a person. Someone's talking to her. And
That's
this
true.
person who's talking to her, whoever they are, said that they're captured just like them and they want to go home
Mm-hmm.
too. Then
Mm-hmm.
that's the key, that they said they're being captured. That's why I'm telling you that I believe it's aliens being experimented on in their technology. Because I think the aliens are the ones that's captured. They capture these
Well, not.
humans have captured them, and they're
Mhm.
experimenting on them using their DNA, using stuff to their technology and everything else. And the government is doing these things to hold them prisoner there. They're trying to escape like ET, but ET got away.
Yeah.
These guys didn't get away. And I think that's
Yeah.
what's going on with them. And I think that's what it's going to be when it's revealed in the whole end of everything. But so when you have her talking to these people, and then you have the mole situation, and yeah, Donna. I think it definitely would be Donna and everything else. And what else did you say about it? The other two aspects?
The other aspects were Jade and
Yes.
his experience in the
Now,
cave,
now
and
the thing with
also
Jade,
whatever, and also
I just want
whatever's
to
going to.
react to your Jade thing. I'll let you go because everyone wants to hear you speak much more than me. But when you said that the mole not knowing being the mole, that would be Jade. If anyone was going to be that, it would be Jade, because Toby could have been in there down with the whole thing, and Jade may not have known, and Toby got killed off specifically, right? That he was told,
Hmm.
Sarah was told by the voice that this person has to die. Like, he can't be here. He has to go for some reason. They specifically said for Sarah to kill this man. He's the one who has to go. And then they said cover it up and make it look like the monsters did it so no one suspects you. All right. So
Hmm.
he could, maybe the aliens knew, if they're being held captive, that this guy was a mole and he was coming in to do some shit. That's why he had to die. And Jade was just the passenger, it's his homeboy and everything else. Again, we hear Jade say it himself. I'm the person who puts the cheese in the maze, right? That's what he
Hmm. Yes, he
refers to
did.
himself as, not one of the rats in the maze, but the person who places the cheese. So Toby could have been someone who places the cheese, and Jade just don't know about it.
Hmm. That's food for thought. Hmm. And what about the experiences that Randall, Marielle, and Julie had after they've come back to themselves? I wonder, will they bring back any information as to what happened to them, or will they have total amnesia about their experience?
Yeah, it just seemed like their eyes were rolled to the back of their head, like when Boyd was there. So when Boyd met Martin in that situation, he was able to communicate with him. They were chained up there, and when he got there, they started screaming. Now maybe they were there before that, and they talked to each other and said, "What the hell's going on?" and all that, and they didn't show us any of that. And then when Boyd got there, they went into that mode. You know what I mean? Because we have
Mm-hmm.
to assume that ever since their eyes rolled to the back of the head, that's where they were at. Their conscious was in the body being chained up. So maybe they do a flashback scene and show exactly what happened there. But that would be the only way they could show that.
Yeah, which goes to say there are so many loose ends. They could approach it from so many different ways. But in the end case, they better do something because as it stands now, it's like it's just too convoluted. There needs to be some sort of direction to where we're drawn in again, because they've already experienced the horror part of it, as the previous caller was saying. It's gone from that to something else, and the something else is getting a little kind of convoluted and boring. So they need to bring something into it to re-engage the audience, particularly after this long break we've had. So hopefully they'll do that. You won't have to eat that chip.
I'm not gonna have to eat that, my girl. I promise you, I'm right. I promise you. I'm so confident in this. It's like I just already know the signs. I don't, and it's not this confident because the signs are there. They would have to go back and redo everything. All the signs they put there would have to mean nothing. And they put too many signs in there that point to that direction that they have no choice but to fulfill it and say this is what's going on.
Well, you print up a T-shirt that says "I told you so," and your channel will blow up even more than it is.
Well, I will do it. I will do the T-shirt. It's aliens, and I will do "I told you so." I'll definitely. I'm actually on Saturday. I'm sitting down. I'm gonna wake up after I go to the gym, and I'm going to put my whole T-shirt thing on the channel. Like I'm finally gonna sit down, and just do it, and put a bunch of them up there.
Oh, right. Yes. Create some merch. We're out here. We'll get it for you.
Well, I hope so. I'm gonna spend all day
Yeah.
doing it. I'm gonna work on some ideas and see. So if anyone does buy it, I really will appreciate it.
All right. Well, thank you, Tony. And again, welcome back. We missed you, and let's keep this party going.
We'll be doing it every week. I promise you that. I will take the time to do at least one, but I'll try to do 2 live streams a week.
Okay. Well, whatever you're comfortable with, we're out here. We'll wait. If you need to do what you need to do, we'll wait. But we always will welcome you whenever you post.
Well, thank you. I truly appreciate it.
All right. Well, you take care and stay sexy.
Yeah, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And that is the beautiful voice of 916 calling in, who made great points and everything else. Let me say what to my man KP, Jackie C, and the beautiful our friend Carlaway in the building, rocking with everybody in here. John Haymaker, I don't know if I said what up to you. Let me say what to you. Let me highlight KP. Let me highlight Jackie C in the building and everything else. And look at the guys. Carla says, "We love you, 916." We do. We do. Super villain. Now, people have said I was capping in there not earlier. I ain't capping. I'm telling you, if I was in that motherfucker, I would run away and stop and laugh at them. Listen, I ran away from cops. You know what I mean? And when I was younger, I've been chased. You know what I mean? This ain't nothing new to me. I was extremely fleet of foot. I used to run track for Colgate back in the day. Come on, man. I would. The aspect that they just walk and everything. Again, I don't know if they can climb trees or anything. Yes, this is going to be an after dark weekend. It will be. Sean, your boy pointed it out. I will be doing an after dark, guaranteed. All right, let's take this call. 310.
Call from
Angie.
To accept, press 1.
What's going on, Angie? You're rocking with the Don Tony Teflon.
Hey, Tony. I feel like they trolling us, Tony.
Are they? They always are. Let them do it though. It make everything better when they wrong and we right. Let them do their thing. Let them do their thing. It's their time. It's their moment.
I don't appreciate it though. I'm trying to figure out every corner. I want to know what's really going on. For real.
All right. So
like with the monsters, right? Remember when Boy came back from out of the hole and
Yep.
he had the worms in him and stuff?
Mhm.
They could have at least let us know why they were scared of the worms. Or did they know it was the worms? Did they know what was going on? They didn't give us anything.
Well, all we know about the worms is that it killed that monster. That's it.
That's all we know.
Somehow that worms, which was called, which when the actress who plays Julie came on the show and she referred to them, the words that came out of her mouth were extraterrestrial parasites, when referring to the worms. That these extraterrestrial parasites had killed that monster. So that's all we know. We don't know why. We don't know anything, and we also know that they give extended life because it kept Martin alive. He said, right?
Yeah.
That's what it was. He was there longer than he should have been alive, and as soon as they left his body, he died.
Mhm. Mhm. That was so creepy. That was so creepy. But also, like, I feel like the way that they're just crumbing us up, like, and then like, remember I was saying I think that there was a reason that Jade came because Jade and Jim together was trying to do something, but then they didn't want him to do it. Like, it just
Yeah,
they tricking us.
I think everyone again. It could be a reset. It could be a situation where they're performing some experiment, trying to get the result they get, and if it doesn't go right, they wipe the board clean and start over again. And I do believe that it's a good chance of doing that because again, we got Fatima's pregnant. Maybe again, if it's some type of
Mm.
military experiment, every time military does experiments on its citizens and on people, they always say it's for the betterment of everyone, right? Whether it's Tuskegee
Mhm.
or anyone you want to think of. You look at the Nazis and they experiments on twins that they would do there, and if they would do all these things, and if one twin died, they would kill the other one and get another set of twins and do it. And they did that thing. So, and they always said, "Oh, we're doing this not to be mean, but we're trying to benefit." Things. So it could be, "Hey, we're trying to cure women who can't get pregnant and make them pregnant." Now all of a sudden they figured that out with Fatima, and now it worked this time. You know, it could be different things that they're looking for. They could be looking, they could be looking for undercover killers or how these parasites give extended life to human beings. They could be looking for eternal life. They could be looking for different things like that. You know what I mean? So and that's what I think most likely is going on here. But I do believe that they are going to have to start saying some things. So if you could pick one thing that you want them to explain in season 3, what do you think it should be?
Oh, just one? Oh,
We'll give me one, and then maybe we'll do another. Let's just do one, right?
I eh,
One thing that
one
they
thing I
gotta
want.
explain in season 3. One thing that you believe that they have to explain to make this show continue.
See, the one thing that I'm concerned about is like they're afraid to give out information because it's going to lead to other information. People are going to start figuring it out because how did they quarantine the town? How did they get this to the tree? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
how is everybody getting turned around?
So you think you want them to explain how the tree and how they're being captured in this, how the tree makes them in the loop there.
Yes.
I think they can explain that in season 3. I think that's something that they can give away and figure that out. I think they could
Yeah,
do that.
because that shouldn't be too hard, right? Because once they get to the tree, they're already trapped, right? So,
Mhm.
uh,
Once they turn around, from what we know, because it seems like they hit the tree, then everyone turns around, and then once they turn around, they're in. They're in.
hmm
Like the tree blocks their way from going. You know what I mean? And once they turn around, they're in. So whether they're in when the tree hits them or they're in when they turn around, we don't know. We know that they all came from different parts of the map and they all wounded up on that same road.
Okay, well, I won't hold you. I know everybody else wants to chat, so I will talk to you later.
All right. Thank you for calling.
All right, bye.
Bye. Look at that. And a lot of people want to chat. I don't know. Do a lot of people want to chat? Let's say what up to Debbie. She said she caught it live. Finally. Well, thank you, Debbie. Yeah, I ain't gonna say the last name. I was about to attempt that motherfucker. I was about to say it. But then I said, nah, let me just leave it alone. Let me just leave that alone. All right. Let me just leave that last name alone. Woo! What a last name on you, girl. All right. Again, anyone, when dealing with her, with the caller saying that she would like to see exactly what that would be, how they're there. I think that's something doable, that they could say that. Jade could figure that out. Again, in the end, I do believe that it's going to be a wormhole. They're going to say it's the only thing that makes sense is that it's a wormhole. This, I'm telling you, people, it's not magic. This has nothing to do with magic. The Changeling, what you're watching, different story. That is magic. This is not magic at all. This is all technology, and that is what is technology. Used as they're covering it, making you think it's some type of magical shit. You even Boyd said it last season. He said, "Oh, to believe that there's some magical little boy walking through the forest, blah blah." You know what I mean? Got nothing to do with magic. It's not no portal. Those faraway trees ain't trees. It's not a tree. It's disguised to look like a tree to make it move, to blend in. It ain't a tree. Victor told you the tree move. The trees don't move. I mean, you want to say there's one moving tree on the planet Earth? There is. All right, there is. But this is not no goddamn Lord of the Rings situation. These trees don't, they're telling you the trees move to give you a hint that this shit ain't no tree. That's why he said it. That's what it is. This next one, keep them coming. I'm here for you. 480.
Call from
Red Lipstick Club.
to accept, press 1.
What's going on, Anna?
Oh yeah, I had to call in.
You did, yeah, you did call in. You could have came on, but that's fine. You can call in. That is fine. What is your first off? I haven't spoke to you for a little bit. How are you?
I am great. How are you?
I'm all right. How was your channel going with the reality stuff?
Oh yeah, it's going good. I always, like once you start a channel and you're like really doing stuff and you're like all the monetization, all that crap, I'm like, this is very time consuming. You have a new respect for content creators when you're actually doing it.
It's very time consuming, and that's why, like, when super chats come in and things like that, like, it's really appreciated, because I don't think people really actually know how much time it takes. Like I said, when I make a video, it may be a 10-minute video with the editing and everything. It could take me 8 hours. Bridge 4 would take 18 hours to edit one video. You know what I mean? So that is what it is and stuff. So yeah, all those things are really appreciated for the time that it takes to make these videos. It does take a long time.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy, but yeah, it's been super fun. I don't know if you get, well, they don't know, but I do reviews you guys now for Sister Wives, so it kind of blew up randomly, and then I actually had to commit to it, so now I'm committed to it.
There you go. So if you're into Sister Wives or you're doing other reality TV shows, make sure you go to Anna's Red Lipstick Club channel and subscribe to and watch her videos.
It's a Red Lipstick Reality TV. That's what it is.
Red Lipstick Reality TV. If anyone can, one of the mods, please find that link, put that in the description, and please go subscribe to Anna's channel and everything else. You know what I mean? So definitely do that.
Thanks. Yeah, it's fun. Thank you. Okay. Well, okay, so let's talk about this show. Okay, so did you see my note in the chat? But it feels like after the last episode we saw, because I felt like they didn't tell us anything in season 2. Like, they introduced a whole bunch of things, but they didn't answer any questions. They did.
I'm mean to the show. I'm not gonna mean. They did. They did show us that these creatures can die. They did show that.
But that's not really answering anything.
It's not an answer. It's not. No, you're correct. It's not, because that question was never posed. But they did say, hey, these creatures can die.
They just still kind of left everything like up in the air. And then, we ended with the hospital scene. And didn't they say she'd been there for like a couple weeks or something?
Say it again?
When she was, didn't they say that she had been there like a couple weeks?
Yeah, they said she's been there for a hot minute.
Yeah, so that's why I'm thinking, like, all these people that find themselves in this town and why they're in purgatory is because they all are like in comas.
All right, so wait a second here. Let's go through. You believe that everyone here is in a coma in this town?
Yes, they're like in purgatory. They may not necessarily be in a hospital, all of them in a coma, but they're like in a state of purgatory, basically.
Like, I think a lot of these people got in car crashes.
Okay.
It's like all these people got in a car accident at some point. Even that big bus got into an accident. And then when they find themselves in this town and it's like they're going in a loop, it's because they're in purgatory. And the ones that die are the ones that actually are dying in real life. And the ones that haven't died are the ones that are more than likely in comas in a hospital
All right,
somewhere.
so let's go through.
But if
I gotta.
so, I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, you gotta. I gotta get. So you think that everyone in the town who's been
Yep.
driving, because they all listen, they all drove when they got there. So we have that right there.
Yep.
They all got into some type of accident,
Uh-huh.
and they're in a hospital, or they're actually in purgatory like hell.
Yeah, they're either in purgatory. If they actually die in the town, it's because they died in real life.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like I'm trying to.
Like, let's just say you were. Let's
I
say
mean,
you were in a
what
coma,
I'm trying
right?
to say is, are they? Is you saying purgatory like hell, like so, like some type of like
Not
level, or
necessarily hell. Just stuck in the middle. Because purgatory isn't that when you're basically stuck between
yes.
heaven and hell, right?
Mm-hmm,
So you haven't gone anywhere. You're just basically stuck in the middle. You haven't crossed over.
mm-hmm.
So it's like they're in a state of not crossing over.
Okay, all right. So that in that
And
state,
if you think about what's her name? I forget her name. That ended up at the hospital.
that was why you make me forget a name. See, if you no, that's like Tabitha.
Yeah, Tabitha. So let's just say Tabitha was rescued, right? But she's been in a coma this whole time. And then she's getting all these hints and clues because she's starting to gain more awareness in the real life. And then when she finally makes it to that tower and she gets out, it's because she's waking up outside of the coma. But that's why she doesn't know where she's at, because she's been in a coma the whole time.
Right, so,
But with her family still there, her family they're still alive inside the town, but maybe they're in comas in the real world.
all right, so let me
Like they haven't recovered.
let me flesh it out a little bit. So it's, and if I'm wrong, but I'm gonna try to make it so that this theory makes not makes more sense, but it's more understandable. So you're saying that
Sure.
all these people have been in some
Yep.
type of car accident. They were taken to a hospital.
Yep.
While they're in this hospital, they're in a coma in the state of purgatory. And if
Yep.
they die inside of the town, that means they don't make it out the coma. They cardiac arrest or whatever kills them. That's why
Yep.
they die in the town. And if they don't die, whatever, or they escape, that's when they wake up from the coma. Correct?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So, all right. So it makes it so everyone understands what you're trying to say. So all these people you believe are in a hospital right now.
Yes, I think they're all in a hospital.
All right. That makes sense. I could see why you would think that is. And I could understand it being that way. I could see, I mean, especially with the Tabitha thing, it does look like it could possibly be like that. Again, when we looked at the kids, the ghoulish children, they look like they were in some type of hospital gowns, if you want to say so, when they're laid out there, and the potato sack clothes, but you could say that's some type of hospital gown or anything like that. So I could see it going down like that. I could see that happen.
And your theory could still work with that, where they're being experimented on or something. Maybe not necessarily by aliens, but it could be experimented on by the military, like putting them in this town loop to see if that helps to activate their brain.
Mm-hmm. No, it would have
get them out of
it would
coma.
have to, if they're all there and they're all in the hospital, has to be something there that puts them all inside of this town at the same time, where they have the same collective memory. So it would have
Right.
to be some type of technology that's allowing them all to be there at the same time.
Yeah, so I could see that. I could see something like that. And even if necessarily they all didn't get in a crash or something, like the whole experimentation thing could be working, where they're all in this one hospital or clinic or something, and they're all connected and they're all put into like a coma-like state. And the same things I said could have applied, but the whole car situation could just be part of the storytelling. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's how they got there. If that makes
Well,
sense.
they're all together, and it would make sense for the fact that every one of them was traveling in a car, so it could also be a situation like that, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, so I would like for them to explain whenever they do start, is where they're at real, or is this a state of mind?
Okay, I could see that. I think it's real. I think there's validity to what you're saying, but I do think, I mean, they're trying, the fact that they did that with Tabitha, I think that's what they're going for. That's what they're trying to make you think, that wait a second, she was never there the whole time.
Right.
She's been in this hospital. That's what they're trying to convince her of what happened. And you would think that it would be like, all right, in a dream, right? When you if you want to say, let's look at it in a dream, right? Everyone's been in dreams.
Mhm.
Everyone's been thrown out of a building, and before you hit the floor and die, you usually wake up, right?
Right. Yep.
That's basically what happened to her, right? She got kicked out the building before she hit the floor. She woke up, and they say, "Oh, you woke up, but you've been in the hospital.
Right.
You've been in the hospital for all this time, and that never happened, and stuff like that." So I could see how that would add credence to what you're saying, and it's something like that.
Yes. Hopefully we'll see soon though. But if anything, like if I can, I know you wanted to know like what will we want to have answered. If there's one thing I want to have answered is that town real or a figment of people's imagination?
All right, I think that is something that they could probably give you in the season 3. Again, so all basics as questions, obviously, that we all want to answer. I also have to look at the fact that I'm looking at it as it going 5 seasons. It could go more.
Mhm.
If it goes more, you may not get that answer for a while. But if it's going 5 seasons, I think that's a definite question that they can answer in season.
Yeah. And they might be able to still answer it for us, the audience, but not necessarily for them.
Yes, just so we know what's going on.
Right. We know, but they don't know.
Yeah, they could definitely do something like that.
Yeah. But that's it. Just wanted to call in.
Well, thank you for
And I
calling
missed
in.
ya.
It's great to hear your voice again. I'm thinking I'm planning an after dark for this Saturday.
Oh, that works great for me. I'm actually going to be available, so let me
right.
know.
I will text you privately and I'll let you know exactly what time you're gonna run it.
All right.
All
Bye,
right.
Tony. Bye, chat.
Take care.
Bye.
That's a lovely, beautiful, multi-talented, multifaceted Anna from Red Lipstick Club. Check out her channel, Red Lipstick Reality TV Series. Again, if you want to know what do you think? What do you think they need to show us in season 3? What question do they need to answer for us in order for this show? You got to start answering some shit. You can't just keep putting us in the dark. You know what I mean? You can't keep doing it. You know what I mean? That's what it is and stuff like that. Like, and again, I'm gonna put it like this: is when I do the after dark, it'll be subscriber. I was gonna do member only, but I don't want I don't have to force people to become members. So this one will be subscriber only. So only if you're subscribed, you'll be able to even see that I'm doing it. No, it's not even gonna be there. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, all right? And everything. Like to me, like look at this chick behind me, right? A little shirt on with the J and little horn on it and stuff like that. She's got goddamn a lot of varicose veins in her legs. A lot. But there's no blood. Can you have varicose veins with no blood in your body? Is that possible? I'm not sure. How does she have these? We know there's no blood in the body. We know that there's not a drop of blood. There's bile, and bile is used for what? To digest food. We know that that's there, but we know that there's no blood in the body. How does she have these damn varicose veins with no blood in the body? How is that possible? I need to know what's going on there with these situations like that. You know what I mean? So, but again, these are situations. We got another call coming through. Keep the calls coming. 8.
Call from.
Lord, call us for that.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
We gotta accept Damien Targaryen and get his name out there, but we'll accept
I will go on my youth.
it. What's going
How
on?
you deal with it, my sister? How you deal with Sky? Where you deal with? Them say I'm bad from which part?
We want to go back to which part? People ask me, do I still take messages? I mean, if you could record the message if you want, it'll be there. But if you want to just wait and call in, it's better to call in. But if you want to put a message on, I guess you can. What's going on, man?
I don't leave messages. You know what I mean? I go directly to the door and address them. You know what I mean?
I hear you. I hear you. I'm talking to people in the chat. So what's going on, man?
Boss to boss, as they say. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, I'm doing all right. I ain't stole nobody's real estate money like DJ Envy.
Okay.
You know, who dropped 7 million bombs on that man this like all this week. That boy going to jail. I could tell you that.
Yeah, he's gonna.
That boy going to jail.
Yeah,
well, Caesar's going to jail. DJ Envy may get off with a fine.
No, he's going to jail.
But
he knows, yeah.
I think he's going to jail. Though.
Yeah.
He might just get like a year. He might get a token sentence, a 6 months, a year. But like they have to make an example out there because even if he didn't know,
you are just changing what we're talking about here. I can't. We gotta keep it.
As I said, anyway, back to the subject at hand. All right. So you ask the question, what do we want to see in episode 3, or what do we want to find, or whatever?
In season 3, what show us in order for this show to stay on track? What secret?
For me, I want that scene with the architect. Like, you know the scene in Matrix when Neo meets the architect?
Yeah.
And like he explains to him what the fuck is actually going on, but like without actually explaining it properly. Like he explains it, but he explains it in Mandarin. So like you kind of get it, but you still don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
I would like for them to do something like that. I would like for Harold to walk into some kind of cave and there's a guy there who's meditating, or a woman, or somebody from a couple of people from some computers, and somebody's come from the back, in a robe or a big, fucking gown thing, a shawl or whatever, and he says, I've been waiting for you, and they pull him into the back, and they give him the tea, but they give him the tea in Mandarin. So like he has an idea of what's going on, but he still has to decode a lot of stuff to to figure it out, which would give us the 2 extra seasons. The 2 extra seasons would be him. The 2 other seasons, 4 and 5, would be him figuring out step by step what the architect actually was saying in that conversation with him. And I would not be surprised if
all right, so real quick
was an alien.
To me, that would not work because it's another question that I'm talking about. I understand what you're saying. Then we could break down what the architect said, and next season, he meant this by that. He meant that. I'm saying they need to point blank give something up to. There's no debate about what it is. You know what I mean? They need to say something, show us something that there's no debate. There's no, it could be this. It could. This is what it is. And that's what I'm saying. So if there's something like that, what would you think that they should show in season 3? Something that this is guaranteed that you will want to see. This is what it is. We're not going to have to analyze shit. We're not going to. They're showing us to us on screen, point blank, dry. That's it.
I want to know the origin. I want to know the origin of the tongue. I want to know the origin of the tongue and the origin of the people. Like that's what I want. I want to know. Like, what is this tongue? Is it a place in the physical world on Earth? Is it another planet?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it somewhere in like cyberspace? Is it somewhere in the metaverse, Like, so I want to know that, and I want to know why each one of these persons were chosen to come here, or did they actually choose to come here? And part of coming here, there's some kind of benefit to coming here, but the caveat is when you come in, you get your mind wiped until you accomplish what you need to accomplish, or until the game is done. So like that's what I want. I want to know what this town is and where this town is.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know who these people are and why they were chosen, to be in this experiment. Because I think it's all, and well, it would be nice for them to establish that it is an experiment. That would also be nice to happen. But for them to establish that this is or at least at least lay down the breadcrumbs towards that conclusion that this is what's really up. What do you think about what do you think about that?
I think that they could give one of them. I think that to tell us exactly how the town was started and the residents in town, how that was, and I think they can definitely do that if it's a 5-season show. I think that we can get that next season. Why everyone was specifically brought in, why that I would like to see that too. Why are these the people that they pick? Is it random? If it's random, say it's random. If it's not, say it's not. If they brought in for some specific skill set, did they bring in Fatima because she had the weed and they need people to chill out? So they said we got to get somebody with some weed up in this motherfucker.
Could be that.
I
firmly believe
because she couldn't have kids, and we need to have
that could be it too. That could be it too. Because I firmly believe that at least one of the people in this town chose to be here. And that person may or may not be the the spy, but the mole. But I firmly believe at least one person, if not the majority of them, probably knew that they were going to be going into this space. They knew that their mind would be wiped, and they knew that it was something that they had to accomplish in this space. And they probably left little breadcrumbs. So like we'll probably realize that a lot of the clues that we saw, like for example, when Harold found the little talismans, we'll probably see that the person who chose, or one of the persons who chose to be inside the simulation was responsible for putting the talismans where they were. But he didn't even really know why he was putting it there. He just kind of had an impulse, a compulsion to put it there. And there was a reason for it. And that's why, like, just to go back to what I was saying before, that's why I think there has to be an architect. I mean, obviously they probably don't call him that, and it doesn't necessarily have to be one person. It could be the doctor, that lady doctor that was there when the Colombian chick woke up. It could be that, or she could be one of that, or she could be one of the henchmen for the actual architect. But like, I think the way that we're going to find out a lot of the information of what this town is, where it is, why these people, who are these people, why these people choose to come, etc. I think we're going to find out that through some sort of dialogue between Harold and the architect, or between the Colombian chick and the architect.
All right.
Because the architect may not be in the world that Harold is. He may be in the world that the Colombian chick's in.
All right. Let me put this on. Sean McMackey's asking, said, Tony, are they saying the strike is over? So what they're saying about it is this: the whole strike is basically over AI, and that's what the actors are striking over. The major hurdles that they were fighting against are all done. It's like they basically have the agreement. It's not in stone yet, but all the major hurdles are already worked over. And now it's just a matter of this ironing out a couple of things. So it should be over in a second. It should be done. If it's not done, but it could have been done right now while I'm speaking. It got done today. But as of yesterday, every major hurdle is already been done with and everything else. And that's it. All right. So, So I agree with you saying, KP. I don't know. I think giving away, they're not going to give away what exactly is truly who's in control until the season before it's over. But I do think they can say, and I think that Tabitha's character is pivotal in this of what's going on, the story going on. Because if Tabitha don't,
because she's in a different. She's somewhere where everybody else isn't. So there's going to be some stuff that she'll be able to find out that everybody else won't be able to find out. So
now
she's going to be
people
important.
come back there and they don't remember Tabitha, or they act like she was never there. Then we know something crazy going on. But I mean, me personally, I don't think that. I wouldn't have let my wife go on that mission if I was Jim. Like, that was suspect.
Me either. Me either. And I don't know very many men that would.
Now listen,
like, you going on the cave?
I'll be honest.
You're going on the cave, woman? Like, you really want to go on the cave?
Yeah, maybe.
All right, let me get my stuff too. Let me get my stuff.
Maybe the actress is watching. Maybe you listen. If my wife look like that, shorty, you ain't going on. Like, baby, you ain't going. Now,
you wouldn't even be in Fromville right now. You wouldn't even be in Fromville right now. Because, like, we'll be too busy doing something else to be having a road trip.
If she
what I mean?
like the chick behind me, I'd be like, shorty, go for it. Go for it. Have at it, baby. You get the step in. Have at it.
Yeah, like, I can't I cannot imagine having my wife say, "Yeah, husband, so I'm going in a cave to look for like some weird, probably dead children that are haunting the cave. And I was in the cave before with like the weird guy that has the lunch kit, and some kind of odd stuff happened and whatever. But like, I'm just going to go down there and figure this out." And all he says is, "All right then." Like, what? No. First of all, I'm telling you, no, you're not going in the cave. That's stupid. And then if you continue, I'm going to, all right, listen, all right, let me get my gear too, because I ain't letting you go in that cave by yourself and die, and then I have to explain to these children why you died and all this nonsense. Now, I'm coming. Because why not? Like, there was never, because they didn't give up. I think that was a little bit of a plot hole, because they never showed you a proper reason why he would excuse himself from the activity. Because he wasn't doing nothing hella important that he couldn't have, like, that anybody else couldn't have been doing. Like, he could have taken time out and gone with her. There was absolutely no reason for him to not go. Unless you could think about
that. My shorty wouldn't have been leaving me. She ain't leaving me.
Yeah,
I would have been like, I'm rocking.
And that's just in this weird place with all this weird stuff happening. Like, listen, listen. We going down there together. I'm gonna make sure that we have fresh batteries for the flashlight. I'm gonna make sure we have snacks. I'm gonna steal some of them peaches or whatever it is from that dude. I'm gonna make sure we get down there good. I'm gonna bring a machete. I think that was a plot hole. Because if you showed him like doing something really important in the village, and like he has to let her go alone, all right, cool. But he wasn't doing shit. He was just there.
Yeah, Diane from House Blackwood says she decided for herself. He didn't let her go. He did let her go. I mean, he could have said, "Listen, you ain't going." I mean,
or he could have said, and if she insists, all right, well, I'm coming with you.
That's it. Yeah, you want to go? I'm with you. We rocking. We rocking together. And that's what it's gonna be when it's all said and done. It ain't gonna be no situation where like, oh, I'm going to do this because listen, we got kids together. I ain't, you get by a monster. I gotta explain that to my kids and shit. I can't.
Exactly. That is not an easy explanation. Well, see, kids, what happened was no. That's not an easy explanation. Like, so I think that was one of the major plot holes to me actually. But whatever. The point is they want to get her into that. They want to get her into those tunnels and up into the tower. And, that's the way they figured out how to do it. I guess it was just a practical thing. But, that's about it from me, man. I am very, very much looking forward to, the lineup of TV shows that we'll have coming out next year. We have we have more House of the Dragon.
Mhm.
We have we're gonna have Dune 2, which is not TV, but like, are you a Dune fan, Tony? By the way, I don't remember to
I'm
ask
not a
you that.
fan of it. I'll watch it, but I'm not Quinn. You'd have to go to Quinn for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Quinn is the guy when it comes to Dune. Yeah, Quinn is the guy. But yeah, like I'm excited to see a lot of these shows come back, man. I'm glad that the whole strike thing was done, and we're gonna probably get some good TV. I think we have some good TV coming, and I think especially Apple TV is going to
Yeah, Apple TV's doing a great job. Doing a great job.
amazing. And before I go, did you watch through the Foundation, the series Foundation?
I have not
can't remember
had a
after
chance to watch Foundation.
If that is something that next season you should definitely do commentary on that one.
I will try.
It's
I'll
getting to
try
be
to
good.
catch up on it.
It's getting to be really, really good. It's getting to be really, really, really good. And people are mad because it's diverging away from the books, but I'm like, no, this is not the book. This is another story, and guess what? It's a really good story. Anyways, chat. Have a good night. Y'all be safe. Tony, you keep on doing what you're doing. I'll be watching on the TV. I'm gonna roll some up and fall asleep on my lovely couch. And so y'all have a good night.
All right.
And it is what it is. If I'm bored and shit ain't happening, I'll probably call back. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. Later.
All right, bro. And that was the one and only KP. He's dropping out there. I think that some things that KP said, it could be possible, but most likely, I don't know if they'll do all that. Again, I don't want, like, I know you're saying the architect situation, and you want to have I'm gonna say what up to Thomas Yu. I see you in there, Thomas Yu. I see your comments in there and everything. And I thank you. I wish I did have 160,000 subscribers. Take away the 100,000. I think that's what we. You know what I mean? But but listen, the way I see this like this, I don't want more questions. I don't want we got to interpret shit. I want the goddamn. This is what it is, and that's it. Give me the answer. I'm not talking about. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about this. It could be this, and I gotta figure. I'll figure shit out, but I'm not talking about the figuring shit out. I'm talking about the shit that it have to be this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like point blank, this is what it is, and that's the way it goes. I think they need to answer some of these questions and stuff. As Anna said, are they in purgatory? Did they die? I know people have said that, and I don't believe that they're dead or anything else like that, and things like that. The questions got to stop. They got to start answering them. That's what this stream is about. And I do believe we will get more questions in the end, but I do think that they need to start answering some of these questions. And in season 3, we need to hear something. We need to hear something definite. And I don't. That's what it is. I don't want to be oh my God, this could be this, it could be that. I'm talking about in this stream, what we're talking about is what we need to see in season 3 that makes this show so great. That great that we need to keep it great, right? Because if you don't start answering stuff, you're gonna lose fandom. And that's what I don't want. Because again, still my favorite show on television, still rocking, doing the videos for always will be. You know what I mean? This is my show. This is what we're gonna keep on. We're gonna keep it going and everything else. But I need that. All right, we have another call. Again, you see the calling number there. 773. This is you.
Call from.
Jesse J2G. 7.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press.
What's going on? You rocking with the Don Tony Teflon.
What's the deal, man? Jesse J2G calling in. 773. You know what's happening.
What's going on, man? How's everything?
Everything's good, man. Everything's good, man. My car's fucked up, but besides that, I'm cool.
Damn,
I'm cool.
Yeah, that's work. That's terrible. I'm sorry to hear your car.
You know what I'm saying? But Yeah, I'm gonna get right to it though, man. I'm glad, good to see you out here again, man. You've been gone. I'm starting to get worried. You know what I'm saying?
I'm here. I'm here. I gotta make my money. We gotta stack that paper up and stuff. You know what I mean?
I feel you. I feel you. So look, the main question one question I want to know, without them spoiling the rest of the show, seasons ahead or whatever. Just give us what's the deal is with the little raggedy kids, man.
All right.
Just tell us how they got to the situation that they're in.
All right.
While they're waiting, I'm sorry, but while they're waiting for this, Nick shit to show up, and they in the caves or whatever the hell's going on. Just give us that, and then you don't have to worry about spoiling what's happening with the people in the town. It's in game.
You're right.
So So I think next season should focus on that, like what happened to them, what happened in the town without telling you, hey, what's going on with these people.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the main thing, because I mean, you like you said, you can't just give away, oh, next season we're gonna find out how Jay got there. So if you find out how Jay got there, you find out how everybody got there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I'm thinking that, plus just for season 3, I want to see the people in the town do every freaking thing together. I don't care if you're going to take a dump. Somebody's going with you. We're all in the same room. Somebody gets up to leave the room, smack the shit out of them. We all going to the tunnels together. We all going to the lighthouse together. Don't nobody lose their step, or you done. Because we getting this done. I mean, I just don't see it.
Listen,
like
I'm with you on that. I think they should be in lockstep. And listen, we know where these motherfuckers sleeping here. We gonna go in there and eliminate them. We gonna eliminate them. We all going in together, and we gonna eliminate them.
How was it just Jay and Tabitha?
Yeah.
And Victor, and this is the thing that got me. When Victor said the boy in white told me to come down here. Well, you know how to get the fuck out. So how do you not know how to get out?
Exactly.
How you lost? And Tabitha got to get you out. That doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just give us at least the background of the town a little bit, mm-hmm. and have people start doing stuff that makes sense. Then you can move on to the real mystery.
Yeah, I agree with you on this. What I said, that they should group up and just be like, this is what it is. We gonna go through these people. We gonna knock them out. We gonna get through this whole situation. I'm with you on that.
They can't get all of it.
That's right.
Somebody gonna get. You gotta pinch a motherfucker. Somebody gonna get pinched or something.
That's it.
But we get one of them.
This burn. I just set the whole shit on fire when they sleeping. Burn them all.
Yeah, Tabitha should have came back and said, hey, yeah, they downstairs.
They right down. They get some gasoline. You got all those cars, siphon the gas out, drip it on their body when they sleeping, make a little trail, and set them all on fire. Burn them out.
You got alcohol. You got the bootlegging. Mm-hmm. Make some fire bombs.
That's it.
See, just toss some down there and see what happens.
See, that's it. See what happened.
And run.
That's it. That's
you run.
You do the trail and just light this trail and watch that shit go up in there and see what happened to him.
The only thing that I think that stops that is because I think when Tabitha went down there, I think she recognized that I think she knew somebody down there, not just with the clothing and all that. I think she figured something out that, hey, I know these people.
Okay.
This belonged to my grandma. I remember this in the pictures. Or you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, she picked up that thing like looking at it like there was some interest there.
Yeah. So I think that's the only reason why she wouldn't want to come back and say, hey, let's go down here and just toss some fire down here and see what happens. I think that's why. Because she's connected. And then all of a sudden, next was the kid. Right.
Yeah.
So
Angie is saying we're not sacrificing the Hennessy. Hennessy ain't getting sacrificed in that fight.
I don't think that was no Hennessy, baby. That was some of that white port.
They
made some.
It was Father Cotry, boy. It was like you hold it out on me. You hold it out.
And then Jade improved it. I don't know what he did. He made some 211 or some, Cisco. I don't know what he did.
Yeah, he made
But
that. Probably is some Cisco with that motherfucker.
I ain't gonna hold you up, but as far as mysteries, I think it's only so much that they can tell us without giving away the end game, the way they set it up. So yeah, just concentrate on what happens in the town, and then you can you can flesh out a little more depth into the story without giving it away.
All right.
The rest you can leave for the end. We don't have to see Tabitha for a while. She can be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They come back later and then it's like, oh, Tabitha, you've been doing this. Oh, this, that. Okay, give me some of that. But anyway, I ain't gonna hold you up. Good to hear from you again. I will be there in After Dark, whenever that is.
That'll be Saturday. It'll be Saturday.
Yeah. I'll be up in there. So good to hear from you. So, what's up, everybody in the chat? Y'all don't know who I am, but I don't care. You be good, man. Y'all be good. Shout out, bro.
One.
Oh, yeah.
That's what. Yeah, listen. I agree with all y'all saying. You're talking the right stuff. I understand what he's saying too. Listen, it's about time you mobilize and start taking these motherfuckers out and start being scared or you can't be afraid. I think again they got so comfortable in the lifestyle that they were living, the fucking and the weed and everything else and all that stuff, colony house life, that they just stopped caring about going out. Because I'm telling you, I seen a bunch of those people in that colony house. They wasn't getting no ass on the real outside. Maybe this is the only ass they ever got. And they were like, this is good. I'm living right here. I don't want to go. Institutionalized. You know what I mean? People in jail, 3 hots in the cot. I'm good with it. You know what I mean? Because when I was outside, I wasn't getting that. So I do believe that could be that people got lackadaisical up in this motherfucker and just gave up and just said, "Hey, this is all it's going to be. This is it. All right, let me grab another beer. I'll be right back. We'll keep this thing rolling." All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Pit stop. I don't be drinking like I used to. I don't be drinking like I used to. I mean, so I'm surprised I even have these beers up in here. They've probably been up in here for a little while and everything else and all that. But I have been drinking like I used to, but I'm not drinking beer. Put it like that. I ain't been drinking beer and stuff like that and all that. So and all that. We got OWs up in there. What's up, OW? That was rocking with us, all that. Thank you for everybody just rocking and everything else like that. You know what I mean? Jessica, oh, what up? everybody coming out here and rocking with us. You know, I just put the thing up like an hour before, and all y'all came out. You know what I mean? So I truly appreciate it. Again, After Dark, Saturday night. Make sure you're subscribed. It'll be a subscriber only. Not gonna do the members only yet. We're gonna do a subscriber right now. We'll be doing the After Dark stream with Anna, myself. See who else we can get to join us on that. And we'll be talking about that After Dark stuff. And Thomas, you want to talk about the stuff I see you putting in the comment section? That is the stuff to put up in there. We'll talk about it all and everything else. Again, I'm most likely I'm going to be doing the stream. I'll be doing the podcast. You can check it out, Lady in the Dom podcast. I don't know because LMR is supposed to do it, but I don't know. She's going through some stuff right now. I don't know if she'll be able to do it. Maybe Phil wants to do it, but I'll be doing the answer to making a murderer. It's the convicting a murderer on the Daily Wire channel. Is where it's at. That's you published it. I'll be doing a review on that series. I've gotten through the first 2 episodes. I'm going to thank the Daily Wire for giving me the screening to watch these episodes and stuff, and I'll be dropping that. Hopefully that's something you're still into and everything else. You know what I mean? And we'll see for real if Stephen Avery did commit these crimes or did Stephen Avery get framed. We're going to figure it out and everything else. We're going to figure it out. We're going to watch all that good stuff and everything out and all that good stuff. And we're going to figure it out. So if you're into that and everything else, definitely check it out. Yeah, Smokescreen did do a podcast about it. I'd seen that Smoke did a podcast on it and stuff. I'll be dropping my version of how I feel about it and everything else. So definitely go and watch, Convicting a Murderer. And I don't know if I'll probably do 2 episodes at a time, break down both episodes and everything else and all that stuff. So definitely do that. Now, when we do the After Dark, we'll probably have the phone lines open for the After Dark stream. Phil the Issues guy is in the house. I see him back there. He's setting up right now. We'll rock for a little bit longer as Phil is here and everything else. And that's it. I am not friends with Ben Shapiro, but so again, this is a network. It's just a network. It's just the network that published the documentary. It has nothing to do with politics. So don't look at the Daily Wire because it's politics and not give this show a chance because of politics. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with this, and that's all. You know what I mean? So, if you're into that Stephen Avery case, there's definitely some new information that they did not put out in that Making the Murders thing, and we're going to talk about it and everything else. So, we'll definitely talk about that, and it'll be out on the channel soon enough. So definitely support it when it comes out. All right, need that support and all that good stuff and everything else. All right, back to From and the things that they need to show us. To me, one thing that no one has brought up that I think that they need to show us is the talismans. I need to see next season why these talismans affect the creatures from going inside of the house. Is it the actual rock? Is there some type of, is it the carvings that are on the rock? Is there some type of microchip that's inside of this talisman and everything else? You know what I mean? It's all about that. What's going on and everything else. And I need to know about that. But real quick, Angie, I would, Angie, I'm saying I watched 2 episodes of this and I was 100%. I'm not going to tell you how I feel about it because I need to watch it all. But I was 100% behind Stephen Avery and that he was framed and everything else. But if you watch this, I have seen from what I've seen that there was some things that was definitely smudged around in this dude's favor from the documentary itself. Some things edited out purposely to make it look a certain way. So again, I'll put it out there and everything else. And if you want to watch it on the Daily Wire, go watch the Daily Wire Plus, and you can watch all the episodes and everything else. So definitely check that out. But again, I want the talisman. I want the answers to this talisman to be shown. You know what I mean?
That's one of the things that has to be. Oh, hi Tony, how's it going?
I'm all right. How are you? Are you on the thing?
Well, my camera's not on at the moment because I need to catch up with hippie activities because I'm somewhat drunk, but it's great to be out here. It's great to see you live again and be babbling to you. The talismans is definitely one of the things I definitely want answers for. There's a handful of things that I really do hope we get answers for in season 2 that are important. Hey, everybody in the chat. It's good to be here. I'm just finishing up a jam session. Thank you for inviting me, or what? You didn't even invite me. I just showed up. I saw you were live, and I just
just pulled up.
I just showed up. I have just showing up permission, I guess.
You do 100%, but that's not. I did invite him. So
You did. No, come on, don't ruin my rudeness. I want to pretend to be rude, Tony. I just showed. Tony doesn't want me here. I just showed up.
You know, you do have that permission, but no.
Thank you. You as well. Anytime we're going live tomorrow. If you want to jump in with Joe and I, you're more than welcome.
What are you talking about?
Invincible, the second episode of the
first episode was really good.
Yeah, it was good. The show got
really
right back into it. I mean, it's easy when it's not around to kind of compare it to The Boys for obvious reasons, but The Boys is more of a satirical comedy, where Invincible, you're watching a good drama, like a good dramatic series that does have comedic elements. But the first episode, I thought, lived up to the weight as well, and I can't wait to see where they go in with the season.
Yeah, no, it's a good. They did a good job with that first
and
episode.
You're more familiar with the comic than I am, I believe.
Yeah. But they've changed a couple of things. It's not going step by step and everything, but it's definitely good without a shadow. All right, so Phil, we're asking the question: what do you think that they need to show us in season 3? And not hypothetical, the dead ass answer where there's no denying that this is what it is. What would you like them to show in season 3?
Okay, I gotta get locked back into thinking about this show right now, but I want to give you a concrete answer, and you're asking for a direct answer, and I'm going to give a vague description. I think they need to bring back the fear of the show. I don't know if that's as I want a new threat introduced that feels like a threat again.
Do you think that they can get the creatures scary again, or do you think that they're just now the Walking Dead zombies?
I don't think it's quite that far, because you're talking about season after season of sort of deballing, in threat of a better way of saying it. But I do think, yes, I do think so. But they need to evolve them somehow, whether it be can be in the daytime, their speed increases, their urgency increases. There's more of an organization of them I do think it's possible, because they're just creepy. They were creepy this season, but not scary. In the first season, they were scary. They were still creepy in season 2, but they just didn't quite have the same bite.
Yeah, I think that the day walkers would work if you put them out there in, like, maybe they had shifts, right? They have some out there today. They punch the clock.
Yeah, there's the clock
nighttime ones. But if you did that, you put them out there in the daytime. Then we're talking about something else that being actually scary again. Because now you can't just go about your normal activity in the day. You have to sneak around the day. You can't just show up at the diner at 7:00 for pancakes.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
No, they'll stand outside the diner. Now you can't get out there. Now you can't do no. So if they did something like that, I think that would be a good idea to do, to try to bring back the fear for these monsters, to not have them outside in the day.
And I think you might be onto something with the time clock thing, because they must have dry cleaning with all the clean uniforms that they have. So there's probably some organization where there's a time clock where they punch in, and some come out in the daytime, some come out in the nighttime. But I guess the thing that I would love you. I don't know if I was listening to this a little bit as I was coming on, but I definitely want more answers about the talismans, where they come from, how they work. That would be something. I think in season 3, because there's going to be such a long wait, the one thing I don't want to see happen is I don't want to see them have to reset the deck again. I really want to see them kind of introduce something here more. I think I have to run downstairs because my guitar player probably left something in here. I hear him knocking on the door. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, but I think Phil, he's on to something when he says this thing. So, like, they should. I would not want to see them try to do it all over again, like catch everybody back up. Like, all right, we don't know what's going on. Let me catch these cats back up. But we not want them to do anything like that. You got to hit the ground running. And I think that when season 3 does happen, the first episode must be significant. And it seems like the way they do it is they pick up right where they left off. So that means you're gonna have to really pick up with Tabitha in the hospital and go right into that whole storyline. You're gonna have to pick up with Jade inside of the tunnels and continue that storyline.
Mhm.
We got to get the answers from these things, one of them at least, during this season.
So Tony, should we listen to one of the 80 voicemails we have from during the season that we didn't get to?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we've got 80 to get through before the season starts. We'll do it. This is area code 414. Let's hear what this is all about.
Hello, Field the Issues guys. My name is Doran. I'm calling from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I thought it was important to note every time they talk to Sarah about where she's from, she mentioned New Hope, Pennsylvania, which I Googled immediately, and the image of the town looks very similar to the image that Tabitha sees when she opens up the curtains in the hospital. Just thought that was an interesting note. Thanks. Enjoy watching you guys. Bye.
So do you think Tabitha's back in the real world, Tony?
See,
or is she in some other time?
When you say like real world, that I think they're all in the real world. I think
okay, but what I mean is out of the loop and somehow back into her normal everyday life, outside of the from circle. Did she find the exit point? It's tough. It's tough.
It's rough to say. It's hard to say. I mean, I would, because how she go? Let's face facts. As high up as she was, she should be dead, right? You don't fall. She's above the tree line. The trees are far below when she gets pushed out that window. You can't fall and hit that. Well, you splat. It's dead. You're over. So unless she fell into some type of wormhole and that transported her down, or it's some type of simulation, as we talked about, when you're in a dream and everyone's fell out of a window or something when they're dreaming, but before you hit the ground, you wake up, and it's some situation like that. I mean, you would have to think that she is in the main world, and these other people are in that. For she has escaped from.
Yeah, she's escaped from. It's something worse coming now. It could very possibly. Do you think in the next season, to kind of answer your question with the question about whether the monsters can become threats again, I think it's more like, and I guess I'll actually put myself on the limb instead of just asking you the question, hoping you answer the way I want you to. No, I feel like each season a new threat will be introduced in some way. And this season was the Freddy Krueger kind of thing that popped in. It'll be a new manifestation of a fear of some kind.
We got the flood that's got to happen.
Maybe the flood will be. Do you think the flood might be as soon as season 3, or do you think that's further down the road?
The flood has to happen. They're gonna have to do. It has to be something going on. You've seen maybe you've seen the Fatima zombie.
Yeah, the demon Fatima thing.
That's got to be paid off somehow. I think they definitely have to do some type of flood, and they got to start killing people.
Yeah. They're really, that's the biggest thing. And I'm not bloodthirsty, but one of the things that we've talked about this a lot on the Escaping From show, but with Father Cautry, that death was very specific in the way that the monster seemed to stretch. It wanted to take him in that moment. You didn't think he was going to go in that moment because he was a distance away. It really helps but make you feel the bite of the series when it can be anyone can go at any time.
Yeah, one of the people chained up to the wall should have died. They shouldn't have let them all 3 get away with it. Like when they all there, whether it's Julie, whether it's Randall, or who was the other person chained to the wall too? It's 3 people.
Was it? Oh, it was Christie's girl.
Christie's girl. Yeah, one of them had to go. whether it's Christie's girls got to go. I mean, you probably don't want to kill
It's
her.
I think it
because
has
you
to be
wanna-
Julie because she's the one that hurts you the most.
Yeah, it should have been Julie. In all honesty, if you want to make a statement,
Thank you, Luna. Mary Ellen.
yeah, if you want to make a statement, then you kill her. You kill off Julie, and then boom, then you go from there. And if you would have, you killed Julie off, Tabitha comes back, her daughter's dead. It's a bigger situation.
Or kill all three of them. That's as just one big fell swoop, and there's no getting out of the fate inevitably at the end of the season. I feel like you talked about this a lot during the season, and maybe I'm paraphrasing, so correct me if I'm wrong, but in the sense that I feel like too much, and I talked about this a second ago too, too much of season 2 felt like it was restacking the deck and retelling certain things from season 1 and kind of doing it, one-upping it instead of upping the fear, or just kind of repeating it in the loop instead of one-upping it. I don't know. It felt like they had to, and I hope they don't have to do that again because there's so much time in between seasons. I want to feel like right off the top of season 3 that the story is progressing.
Yeah, it always seems like they pick right up. So hopefully it does. You know what I mean? But I don't want them to start over again. But they are kind of with the whole Tabitha thing because you got to see exactly what's going on with her, and that'll be a whole different situation there. Oh, with Tabitha. Oh,
yeah, Julie would have hurt, and all three of them. I know I'm bloodthirsty here, but I just feel like.
And listen, I love Julie. I love the actress. She came on the channel. She was amazing when she came on the channel. Amazing. And but when we told Liz when she came on the channel that we thought she was going to die this season. I told her right in her face when she was on the channel.
No, we invited her to become part of the podcast.
Yeah, we said she could be a part. As soon as she gets killed, she could be a part of the podcast every week. And we thought that it made the most emotional impact if she died. That's why she had to die. You got to kill people care about. Robb Stark dying in Game of Thrones hurts because you cared about Robb.
Yep.
When you see now Catelyn, them you cared about. Not many people cared about Catelyn, but
some people do.
Some people do, but that's you got to kill people care about. You know what I mean? And that's the only way it works. If you don't do that, then it just doesn't work. And I think that's what goes on there.
Everyone in Fromville could hear voices. They would freak everyone out. So far, there's only been a few. Some people hear the voices. Some people are tapped into it more, and the place can help them go.
Well, no, the guy specifically who's talking to Sarah said Sarah's the first person out of all the years they've been able to communicate with.
Oh, really?
So that person talking to Sarah only the first time is the only one. Sarah's the only one out of all the people there. He said that's it. It's only been Sarah. That's it. So any other voice that someone else is hearing, the boy in white and people say that's a different voice, not the same. This is the first one. Only one is Sarah. The first one, for whatever reason, it was Sarah.
Now, Tony, more of a basic question in the sense of what's more important moving forward in this series: answering mystery box questions in a satisfying way, or bringing back the fear?
You got to start answering the questions. And
exactly.
You got to answer these questions. You can't just keep putting more questions on there. It could be as scary as it once, but in the end, if you ain't answering the questions, no one's going to care. You got to progress the story.
100%.
You have to answer some of these questions.
Yeah, and that's why I was like almost correcting what I said before. As much as I do want them to bring the fear back, I think for Tony and for me getting to come on here and talk every week about the show, asking more questions is great, getting people anticipated, but really, we've all been hurt by these kind of shows. It's not just Lost. It's all these kind of shows. They don't often stick the landings of the ends of seasons. For every Severance, there's a million other shows that didn't really push all the buttons for a mystery box show in one season. So season 2 stretched some people. We do need to start getting some answers as well as asking more questions in season 3.
No doubt about it. But real quick, Phil, because we're catching up a little because I had a chance to talk to you.
I know. I know. It's strange. Like when you literally, this is the first time we've talked in a while. I know you've been.
And so I have gotten.
Since I had you on my channel, I think this was.
Yeah, it's been a while. I have gotten this goddamn machine. This thing is called like a Bartesian machine. You know what this is? It's Sparteen
No.
shit.
No.
So it's basically like a Keurig, right? You know, a Keurig coffee
Yeah, like the
maker.
coffee machine with the little.
Yeah, but instead of making coffee, it makes mixed drinks.
Oh, ooh,
Yes.
so it's like you have one of those airport bars in your.
Yes, like you put the pod in of
Yeah, that's what
whatever
the
you
airport.
want.
Yeah, it's like I want a vodka soda. Beep beep beep. Put the pod
Yes,
in.
and
It's
it
vodka
comes
soda.
out. You want a kamikaze, lemon drop.
Dude, you're making me want to do the drop in at your house even
Oh,
more.
it's amazing. That's why I haven't been drinking beer at all. This first beer I drank in a while because I'm always drinking these damn drinks. Like this drink, I think I drank an old fashioned today. I had one of those, and then I'm not really a big fan of that. And then I had Cosmopolitan seems to be like my go-to drink. I
Interesting.
drink Cosmos all the time. I'm all about
Did
that.
you shave or is your beard getting white at both? I did. both things. I did shave not too long ago because I messed up evening things out, so it's restarting. But I'm on the time clock for how long before Tony's co-host is Santa Claus. It's coming.
Listen, my beard could be white too. It could be definitely be white. All black people, we don't turn gray, we turn white. All black people say it turns white.
Yeah, but
we'd be double Santa out here.
That'd be great. We would kill it during the holiday season in super chats. You know?
Yeah, no doubt.
It'd be amazing.
That'll be the time right there.
Yeah, it'll be amazing. Thank you, Luna. I was, of course, fishing for compliments. I do appreciate that. Thank you.
That is what it is. I think another thing that they may have that I would like to see the answer of is this damn far away tree situation.
Yeah,
I would love to see them to start saying, "Listen, what is this shit? Is it an actual magical tree or is it technology? Give me the answer to the far away tree next season. I would like them to give me that."
And that's a good other one to kind of put up there. Start figuring out if this is more magic or straight up sci-fi, like I think it is, like a portal or a warping technology of some sort. Oh, Jackie C, we wish I can speak for Tony to say I wish that were the case. I wish that were the case.
Yeah, Jackie C don't know nothing.
Nope. It's a battlefield. It's a war out there, right, Jackie C.
Come on, Jackie C. I promise you this. Come with that same question because I'll probably forget it on the After Dark on Saturday night. And I'll explain to you exactly what's going on. I'll explain to you.
I have stuff too, Tony. I have stuff I have to unwind on the After Dark this week.
Yeah, I'll explain everything that's going on there. And
I wish that were true, Jackie C.
It's not the case. It's
tough out there.
I don't know. I'll explain on that.
We'll talk after the show here.
Yeah, I got a mental block.
But yeah, it's exactly what OW is saying in the live chat. I've seen a lot of this thought from not just OW, but a lot of people that are watching the shows. I think you and I are invested to the end just because we're pot committed, sunk cost fallacy here either way. But I do think there's a lot of what OW is saying. If they don't give us any answers next season, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
I've been reading that a lot of people saying that very thing.
All right, so
Carlo
wants stories.
It depends. Like I know Tony's on vacation here essentially, but he's still we don't know how long he wants to be out here tonight. I think he was starting to wrap up.
I can't be out here too long. I will say I'll give you a preview about it real quick. That
okay, I'm gonna sit back and puff away and listen here.
This is embarrassing for me to say. I don't even know how to say it.
Oh, dude, I have some we have to talk. I have some embarrassing stories.
I will say this. Let me put it like this: that I don't know right now if I know I can if I wanted to. I don't feel confident enough at this particular time to have sex right now. So I just don't feel like I can't do it right now. I just can't. I just can't. I just don't feel like I can do it right now. So for that reason, I can't really be in a relationship because in the end, this is what happens. And I've been around people and gone out on dates and everything else. And in the end, this is what they want me to do. And I just physically can't bring myself to do it at this particular
Yeah.
time.
No, I hear you, man. I
So,
hear
well, but I'll get more into it.
We'll get into this in more in the after dark.
Yeah, in the after dark. I'll talk
Join
more
on
about
Saturday
it
night.
on Saturday night. So make sure you subscribe if you want to hear more about that and everything else.
Oh,
So,
that's going to be subscriber and member only.
yeah, subscribe and member only. It won't just be live to the public. And it'll be a subscriber only, and then the replay, if you want to watch it later, will be on the members only. So you can watch it live as your subscriber, but if you miss it, then you got to be a member to watch it. But that is what it is. So that's where I'm at right here in my life and stuff right now. And it's sad, it's because I've met a lot of nice people and everything else, and I can't, I just can't. I just don't feel it right now. It's not for whatever reason. Well, I'll talk about that later. I'll talk about that on Saturday night, on Saturday and all that good stuff. But that's where I'm at right now in my life. But besides that, back to From.
A little preview back to From. But yes, exactly. Tony's waiting for Tabitha to leap into his town.
That might switch it up. Luna has
that'd do it.
5 memberships to Teflon.
Oh, look at Steph Snow ninjing in the live chat. Was gifted a membership. Lady Stoneheart, Kimmy G, Mrs. T, quiet as that. Brickhouse, all gifted memberships. Yeah, more for the After Dark. Thank you, Luna.
Thank you so much. Truly appreciate it. Daryl, so do you think we'll get more backstory from the characters?
I hope so.
I don't know. It depends what you mean by it, So when we get flashback of it, I think what we get is Eloise. We get Eloise next season. I think we get Victor's sister as a nurse or someone in that hospital. I do believe it'll be a nurse or a doctor or something is going to be Eloise, or another patient in there is Eloise. So I think we do get that and everything else.
Do you think we ever get any, I don't know, any way of saying it, Orange is the New Black, Lostian flashbacks of some of our characters before From Life?
Yeah, real quick. So let me ask, so when someone does the gift, it's random.
Yeah, it's like a random draw.
Yeah, I don't think you can pick the person to gift to. I think it's just a random thing, and it just goes over like that. So I think that's what it is.
And Tim McNeil, Phil knows the Hylian Shield. Are you excited for his Zelda movie? I am excited, but I'm also scared. I do think coming off the Super Mario Bros. Movie, Nintendo is making a lot of right moves this last year for the Switch. Has been a really great year in general, and I think the Mario movie did what the Mario movie should do. So I'm excited, and I don't think Nintendo wants to do crap when it comes to their property, and they've held this very close to the vest. So I think if they're going to do a Zelda movie, I kind of know what to expect. I'm a little nervous about it, but I am excited. It's about time.
If it's going to be a cartoon movie, then it's fine.
Yeah, it's going to be animated-ish.
Yeah, if it's animated, then it's fine. If it's going to be like the Mario movie, it's fine. They'll knock it out the park. It comes down to live actions. They start casting characters live action. That's when you have problems.
Yeah, then you get fan fiction-y there.
Yeah, that's when you have problems with and everything else. But if it's going to be animated, you have nothing to worry about that and everything else. But thank you for the gifts of the people. Sorry, it is random, but thank you, Luna, for the gifts. Truly appreciate it. I mean, if anyone ever wanted to send me a super chat and you didn't want to send a super chat and you wanted to gift memberships, please do it. Go right ahead and everything else. That's not a problem. Diane of House Blackwood says, "What about some backstory on the monsters? Were they human?" I said this a little earlier. I would like to figure out exactly what's going on with these goddamn monsters. 100%. Give me the full lowdown on the monsters. Do they get captured? How are they petrified like that? Have they been dead for a long time? Are they reanimated, brought back to life? What's going on with the
right? Were they crafted just for that purpose? Are they not real people? Were they never real people? And they're just not robots, but you know what I mean?
100%. I would love you could give me the backstory on these monsters. Let's say how this chick got varicose veins in her legs with no blood in her body. I don't know if you can do that. I just don't think it's possible. I don't know. I'm not I'm not and I don't know. I only see.
I'm no big city lawyer, but
No,
I'm
no, I
just
ain't
gonna
no big
say.
city lawyer. I ain't no big, and I'm not a coroner either. So I'm not sure about that. You know what I mean? If it's just for to make it look good, I can understand that. You know what I mean? I understand you. But if we're talking about when you're looking on the inside, and it's Don Tony Teflon is the one who predicted there would be an autopsy in this motherfucker, and there was, right? And stuff like that. If you're gonna say that these creatures are dry as a bone, and everything else, then you got to know that you can't have no damn varicose veins. Especially as dark as they shoot those creatures, it's not like that's really going to show up that much in the camera.
No,
You know what
no.
I mean? They're only going to show up in the scene that you're looking at behind me when they were looking at him and they were sleeping. You wouldn't see that in any other scene. So it must be something.
Should we take another one of these 80 messages here?
78. Let's go.
Here we go. Yeah, here we go. 904, area code 904.
Hi, so I'm calling from Florida again. I have a question about the dog that Boyd has saw and Victor has saw.
Mhm.
Do we think that the dog may be Victor as well? I mean, the dog has helped out Boyd when he went through the tree.
Did she say the dog is Victor?
Yeah. Did she say it's Victor or Victor's dog?
Victor's dog. I gotta rewind that. I gotta listen again.
The dog may be Victor as well. I mean, the dog has helped out Boyd.
It may be Victor as well. She's what she said, right?
Yeah, she did, right?
Some place.
Right? Like, I'm not making that up. She
No,
said,
she said maybe she misspoke, but it did say, "Do you think that the dog may be Victor as well?"
Right.
That's what it seemed like I heard.
right. Or Victor's as well, as I'm assuming.
Well, Victor's as well doesn't work. It doesn't work in the sense
No,
that I think
logically, it doesn't
I
work.
think
I
yeah.
agree.
So it's she's saying is the dog is Victor. Let's go. There's multiple dogs though. Well, which one?
Okay,
You say Victor is in one of the dogs.
let's finish your message here.
Like he went through the tree and he was like on some sort of place where he saw the man that was hanging on the chains. Who do we think this dog is, and why have we been seeing him throughout season 1 and 2, but we don't know what the dog is for or who it is?
Who is the dog? Is it Ren? Is it Tiger? Is it Scooby Doo? Is it Wonder
there's
Mutt?
multiple dogs. I think there's two in the dogs we've seen. It's not Victor and the dog because we see Victor and the dog in the same scene, and Victor shoots the gun and makes the dog run away while he's showing Ethan the far away tree. So don't think it's Victor unless it's some type of time loop or situation, and somehow Victor got put inside the memory of the dog, but the dog ran away from Victor, and Victor seemed to be afraid. The dog had to put that shot up in the air on that dog right there.
Yeah.
The dog is first seen with the boy in white, so they have something to do with the boy in white. Whether it's his dogs when he was alive or whatever, and they're following him around, but the dogs are with the boy in white. They've helped Boyd out and has led Boyd somewhere every time, but the first time we see them with the boy in white. So for that reason, I have to think the boy is associated with the boy.
Now, Tony, we're talking about stuff that I want answers to, the bold question, specific things I want answers to, your generalized question as I came in here tonight. And that's a huge one. We need answers about the boy in white. And we've gotten a criminally small amount of boy in white in season 2. So they either need to like get rid of the boy in white in season 3 or start answering some damn questions, because I don't want to just see him once in season 3 again. We need to either get some real development with him, or they have to be like, yeah, we wanted to go somewhere with that, but we don't, and just ditch the character story altogether, because they didn't do enough with him in season 2. Tony, I don't know what you think about that, but I feel like that was a missed opportunity for boy in white stuff.
Yeah, they didn't do anything with him. I mean, they showed him at the end of the thing, at the end of the season. And again, I think they have a problem with Vox because they're dealing with a kid who's actually aging in real life. And if you expect him to be the same age, he looked even older this time than he did last season. How many seasons can you have this character play this character? So you really have to do something with the boy in white. And they just didn't do enough. You've made him a major character in the season 1, but then discarded him for the whole season. We've seen this happen in Game of Thrones with Bran and Rickon, and didn't work out pretty good. I think the fans are pretty mad about the way they did that. If you looked at that show, the way they just got rid of Bran and got rid of Rickon, and all of a sudden they pop up a couple of seasons later, and Rickon's fucking and Bran, you know, Rickon's bigger than Sansa.
Yeah,
And,
Rickon speaks in a deep voice, and
Yeah.
and Bran looks like a camel. Like it's
yeah,
weird.
you know, so that's what we're facing with the boy in white. All of a sudden, the boy in white is gonna be bigger than Boyd. They extend the show. The boy in white's bigger than Boyd.
At least with the boy in white, he isn't enough of a character that they could recast if they had to. But exactly, he's gonna be the old man in gray instead of the boy in white.
The boy in white will look like Martin and shit. And we're like, here, season 10 from the boy in white.
Get out of here! Get out of here, you monsters!
He'll have his button in his little pants will be all open, his stomach will be hanging over him and shit. Have a beer in his hand, smoking a blunt.
And he's got a new dog, and it's a new dog. I'm fine with the boy in white looking older dog. I just do something with him. I feel like that's, if anything, they dropped the ball in season 2. It's doing anything with the boy in white.
I understand what you're saying, that you're fine with the boy in white looking older, but from what we've seen, and they said this is supposed to be the same look of the boy in white when Victor seen him as a child, because they used the same actor. So they can't have him get older. He's supposed to not age, and he's supposed to be the same age as when Victor was a child. So you can't have that. It has to be the same one. This is what you said already. This is what you put out there. So it has to be consistent. So I understand people saying they're good with him getting older, but he's not supposed to. It's just the way he's supposed to be.
Oh, here's a text message we got. Someone said, Con of Thrones canceled. Damn. Yes, the Con of Thrones was canceled.
Yeah, it was canceled. Yeah, they canceled.
In an alternate universe, we did go down there. What can be touched or broken or stolen? A heart. Julie touched Elgin's heart with her warm. Mary Ellen stole Christie's heart with love. Getting clean, Randall broke Jim's heart, and he took the ideas to answer and corrupt it. I think that's one thing that people do in all these kind of shows. They project meaning and stuff onto different scenes and different situations. And I just hope when we finally see what they're trying to do, it plays out in a satisfying way.
Luna says that AP News reported an hour ago that the SAG and them have reached a tentative agreement. So the
I saw Steph Snow say that earlier too. So hopefully that is the case, and we can get down to some business that everyone is happy with the way that came down. And if that's the case, Tony, I know a lot of people are asking these questions. It's every day. When season 3? I think the soonest we'll get season 3 is next fall. I don't think we're going to get it by the summer, right?
I don't know. I think they could bust this out pretty fast. It's not a lot of special effects. Usually that's what holds up a lot of these shows, especially when you're dealing with like.
So you're thinking summer, that we might actually get it in the summer.
You get it July, June, July.
I hope you're right, Tony. I hope
bust it out, because
I hope we're doing Escaping From in the summer. That would be great.
I think that it'll be around that. I can't see them. It's not a lot of special effects, and that's what really holds up the editing. Once you have the scene shot and you piece them together and everything else should flow really quick together. Even the special effects that are in it, it's not like it's the, this is special effects of the Avengers Endgame. It shouldn't take that long to do the little things that they're doing. So, you may get it a little early, maybe June. Around then, everything else. This is a new name I've never seen.
The mind is wonderful.
The Mind is wonderful. Thank you for joining us. The Mind is wonderful. Hopefully, you subscribe to the channel and everything else and all that good stuff. And we love having you here. Thank you for showing up and everything else. and the mind is wonderful, but sometimes it's not.
Sometimes it can be bad. Did anyone notice that Tilly had a certain Tilly? Do you think we're gonna get more Tilly stuff? Is Tilly gonna end up being a shady individual?
I don't think she's shady. I mean, I know everyone wants to believe Tilly's shady because they're looking for something.
Yeah, they
She
want
does
more.
show up Johnny on the spot a lot. She does do that, and she
So
did
does
have
Donna.
the drugs and everything. Yeah, Donna does too.
Yeah,
You know
Donna's
what I
Charlie
mean?
on the spot a lot of times.
And I just think that Tilly's dying, and she's just living her best life before she dies.
Yeah, I think there's definitely something onto that. Do you think we'll get more Nightmare on Elm Street stuff, or do you think that would be just a season 2 thing?
That was a season 2 thing. It's over. I don't think they'll do that again.
I tend to agree.
And again, it can't be Tilly. If you Tilly the mole, the mole is going to be someone from season 1. It's the mole has to be, and I told people we talked about this. It has to be someone who's been there for the longest time, who's been there.
I
for
still think it's the bartender, Tony. I'm dying on that hill.
Think he's there. If he comes back to life and he's there again, then I might agree.
I'm dying on that hill, Tony.
It could be Donna. It could be Donna. It could be Donna. It could be the guy who's a husband in real life. Anyone who was in that pit with Boyd when he got there with his wife can be the mole.
It's good. My instinct at this point says it's Fatima. Something about the way that Pega is playing that character seems like there's a duplicity going on.
It has to be a shocking person that when you see this person as the mole, you have to be like, motherfucker.
What do you think about? Do you feel the same thing coming off Pega's performance, that she feels like she's hiding something from Ellis? There's something being held back in Fatima's every day. She's always thinking there's something else going on there. At least I don't know. I feel like she's the most. If I was playing poker with her, I'd be calling her on every hand to see what she has.
I don't know if it's the way they're telling her to play it. I just don't think that. I think it's got to do something with this pregnancy when you deal with her. I think what's going to happen is this pregnancy is going to be very fast. I think like in one episode, she's just got pregnant, and then episode 4, she's 8 months pregnant.
Forgive the term, that you think the gestation period is going to be very short.
I think she's having that baby next season.
Sorry, everybody.
I think that she is going to have that baby next season.
This is Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5, The Dream Child.
I don't know what's coming out of her. Something's coming out, but I think that's.
What do you think Demon Fatima is? Is that future, a look into the future of her? Is that, what do you think that was?
It's hard to say. I think, I think that this has been played out before, and I think it could be an alternate. It could be what happened already. And I think that they reset the clock, reset the people, kill the people off, and do it again.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they do it with a flood. And I think that was the Fatima who was there before, who was flooded out, and now they got these people back again.
John Haymaker, monster baby, you come a gonna do. Sorry. But Victor T says Victor is unwilling mole. I don't like his memory loss. I think Victor is, and I don't mean this in the sense like he's a tool. I think he's a tool for other people to manipulate. I think he's easy to manipulate and has been a tool for whether it be the boy in white or other forces throughout history, convincing him that his memories aren't real and programming his mind in ways that they want.
I mean, when you say unwilling mole, then you're not a mole, right? That's not a mole. If you're unwilling mole, a mole is someone who was sent there to do a job, and that's why they're there. You can't be unwilling mole.
You're 100% right. You're not a mole. You're a mark. With T-shirt, you're not a mole, you're a mark.
Yeah, you can't. It's got to be something like that. You can't just be unwilling. You know what I mean? It's just not going to work because they're there to examine the people. The mole is there to examine the people, make sure everything is running smooth, and to report back to other people. If he's not doing that, then he's not a mole. I don't believe the unwilling mole.
Somebody put a text at some point thinking that I don't think Jade is a mole. I absolutely don't think Jade.
So I've said this earlier in this stream. You weren't here when it was. I said if they were going to do something like that, it would be like Toby was the mole and
Excuse me.
Jade was just in the car with him.
Yeah.
And that he got sucked, but he wouldn't be a mole. He was just got sucked into it because he was hanging out with his boy.
But you do think that Jade's company has something to do with the whole
100%.
situation.
That algorithm that he made, that he sold in the future, is what gave them the technology to capture these aliens.
And put them in this bubble. So
Yeah, it gave them that wormhole technology that they were able to go to outer space or whatever. And they captured some aliens, and they're running experiments on human beings in the town with these aliens captured. That's what this show is about. That's what's going on. And then when it's all said and done, I guarantee you that's what it's going to be about. And then they're going to tell you, and then you're going to come back and you be like, Tony Teflon, you was right. People ain't going to say it. They're just going to say, I knew I was with you the whole time.
Yeah, people just want you to eat. People just want you to eat that chip. Is really what it comes.
They do, but it's not gonna happen. So,
I hope they all have to send you videos eating.
I wish they did that. That's what it should be. It should be that when I'm right, all you people want me to eat that chip. Y'all should eat the chip and send me the video so I can play it on the live.
Speaking of Santa Claus, you should make a list and check it twice of everyone that's questioned the alien thing. And I would love if Donna's the mole, says Carlo Wayne. I mean, I think Donna would fit Tony's definition of what we need with the mole, a character that's been around forever that you wouldn't expect, but you could see she shows up in the right opportunity, every situation. There is a logic to Donna being the mole. I see that. I'm not sure if I think it's the case, but I see the people that do want that or see that, they definitely have laid the breadcrumbs to potentially have her be the mole. I think they've set it up so a few characters could possibly be that.
It's Donna. Donna's the mole.
Donna's your pick.
100% it's Donna. 100%. Only other person it could be is Kenny's mother, but it's Donna. Donna's the mole. It's Donna.
Oh,
that's why they brought it up. I mean, when you look at all the facts, Donna's been there the longest. She's there before Boyd and all them. She's been there. You know what I mean?
She shows up all in the right time all the time.
Yeah, no, she's there, the right place, right time. She didn't like Randall from the jump. She was all of a sudden, because she knew Randall could suss her out. They made Randall look like she was crazy, and he hung her out there. But in the end, when he hung her out there, he said, I'm going to leave her out there to see if these things kill her. We didn't get the opportunity to see if that would happen. And I think that though Randall looks crazy, in the end, he's going to wind up being right the whole time. Donna is not this hick that she lets on to be. Donna is some type of scientist or something like that. Again, Donna was all about Colony House staying the way Colony House is. She was good about it. She was like, all right, we good here. Everything is good there, and everything else, let's just keep living this life the way we live in it. Donna is the mole when it's all said and done. I guarantee it. You're going to see that it's Donna.
Luna asks, if Donna is the mole, is she a willing mole or is she being forced?
She's a willing mole. I don't think she's being forced to do anything.
I don't think anyone forces Donna to do anything.
Yeah, nah, she's definitely a mole. You know what I mean?
Jesse says Donna might be starting to lose her memory. I think if she's a mole, she's a fully willing mole playing and able to be duplicitous.
Playing the part.
Yeah, and able to be duplicitous and play and compartmentalize and be multiple people.
I think that, when you look at what's that guy's name? Corey from the Corys.
Corey Feldman?
Corey Feldman. Right? Corey Feldman came out back in the day, right? He came out and said all the bad things that were happening in the Hollywood. The children when they were in Hollywood, and everyone, Corey Feldman, he's on drugs, he's this, he's that, he doesn't know what he's talking. They discredited him and made you believe he's just crazy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. In the end, what happened? Corey Feldman was 100% right. Everything he was saying was true. I think it's the same thing is going to happen with Randall. He's a hothead. He's this. You got to watch out for him. He's this, all this bullshit. And in the end, you know what I mean? He's going to be proven right. He'll probably die and he won't know it. But in the end, Boyd, listen, there's two people running this show. You got Boyd and you got Donna, right? the other leader, the one who you're not going to suspect. Again, it has to be someone impactful. It has to be. If it was Tilly, no one would care. It has to be someone impactful that's actually helping run this thing. The only person to do it that you would be more shocking would be Boyd. So it's going to be Don.
I gotta say, I'm surprised Randall survived, and there's gonna be a reason why. Diane of House Blackwood says, "My money's on Kenny's mom. She's always handing that tea out, Tony." Handing
Yeah,
that
there's no
tea."
doubt. Kenny, I will, and if I will not say it's not Kenny's mom. There's doesn't have to just be one. There could be multiple molds in there, especially when you're dealing with the experiment and everything else.
And
But
from all the actors that we had on, she's the one that most
she
embraced
ate it
the
up a
mole.
little too.
Yeah, she wanted to be the mole. Whether she's the mole or not, she would love being the mole.
She would love to be the mole, and she was like, "Oh yeah, that tea,
I
that
could
mushroom
be, yeah,
tea,
maybe.
that mushroom too, baby." Yeah,
She
yeah.
was trolling us a little bit with that stuff.
Yeah, I think she was trolling us. She was definitely trolling us when she came on the channel. Again, if you're new to the channel, you can go back and look at the escaping from.
Or listen to the podcast.
And you can see it. Oh, listen, go to the podcast. Listen to it. We had all the actors from the show. A lot of them on the show, and we talked to them about it. And we had them on the show exactly when the episode ended. So we definitely had Kenny, the lady who played Kenny's mom. Listen to what she says.
Yeah. Exactly. But you can go back. Heyman, Feldman, the two Corys. What's your favorite Corey's movie? I like Dream a Little Dream, License to Drive. I thought, and obviously Lost Boys are some of my favorite of the Corey.
Stand by Me. Were they in Stand by Me?
One of them was Corey Haim.
One of them, because that was Joaquin Phoenix's brother. That was the lead.
Yeah, River Phoenix.
River Phoenix was the lead of that.
And Corey Feldman was also in the Goonies, I believe.
And he was in the Goonies. Yeah, so the double Corey movies would be, I guess, License to Drive. Maybe I would have to put that up there.
It's
Lost
funny.
Boys.
It's a good movie.
I just remember I went to the movie theater to see it. So
yeah,
and that was the first time I ever heard of a girl being named Mercedes.
Yeah, and Heather Graham was the beautiful girl in there who's amazing. And
Mercedes, right?
Yeah, Mercedes. Yep. Haim was in Silver Bullet. The Burbs was probably one of Feldman's best performances. And The Burbs is an underrated Tom Hanks. I think all those Tom Hanks movies pre-Forrest Gump in Philadelphia, people forget about, but there's a lot of really funny Tom Hanks early movies and good movies. There's one with him and Jackie Gleason. There's Punchline with him and Sally Field, where he actually makes out with his mother from Forrest Gump. There's Joe versus the Volcano. There's The Burbs, all very good Tom Hanks movies. And The Burbs has Corey Feldman in one of his better performances.
Sound like your boy saying his grandmother's name is. I don't believe him that his grandmother's name is Mercedes. I don't believe that. No. I'm sorry, you boy. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I don't know if that time. I don't know how old you are. I don't know if that time people were making names like that. That's more of a new thing, I think. Names like I met a chick named Tequila.
Mercedes makes me think of Glee with the amazing, unbelievably talented Amber Riley. If people, if you don't know how talented Amber Riley is, go look up some of her live singing performances. And I'm telling you, I know everyone loves Jennifer Holiday and Jennifer Hudson.
We have a new. He says my grandma's 90 years old. The name is not Mercedia. What do you say? What is that called?
Mercedes.
Mercedes. All right. So it's not Mercedes. It's Mercedes. Maybe you gave her a nickname of Mercedes. All right. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
It's just strictly straight Mercedes. I think that's more of
Amber Riley, you're the best.
I think that's more of our Generation X thing.
Yes.
We're naming kids like after things like that. And all that.
Mercedes Lane, was that her name or something? I don't remember.
Yeah. I just remember the guy was like, I love my coffee. And if I spill any cup and drop my coffee, you feel this.
Dream a Little Dream is kind of an underrated movie. It's more of a drama with Jason Robards and stuff like that. It's kind of a interesting Corey's movie.
All right, we'll go back to From, because I don't want you got a new person in here. I don't want her to think that we just go crazy, because we do, but
we're not on my channel or something. This is more issues stuff.
We'll keep going on what we're talking about here. Again, We're talking about what we want them to be, the one thing to show us in season 3 that they got to show us to keep everything rolling smooth. Again, I said we talked about a lot of things. I said talismans. I said everything. How about where the goats and everything come from? Do you think that they need to show us exactly? Or do you think that's too much?
I mean, I think any answers would be good answers at this point. But I do think there's more pressing stuff. One interesting question that's more of a it's more of a generalized question about
Luna's
when we're
not
going to be
talking.
watching the series. But what is the
Yeah.
lighthouse? Good question.
I do the light. You could do the light. When we look at what we're at, right? You could say what's going on with Jade inside the cave. The lighthouse situation. I think this comes right back to what we deal with why they're there. In the end, this is wormhole technology, and this is the only thing that explains how all these people have gotten there from different parts of the world. Is that the wormhole? All right, I got someone calling. What we're gonna do, Phil, because I know you can't talk to him. We'll take the call.
No, take your time. And I have a question for you when this is done.
Oops, I think they hung up. They hung
Oh
up.
no. Oh no.
All right, so
If
that
you want
was.
to call my line, I think we can talk to both of us at the same time. I don't know. I think so.
Can you do that?
Maybe.
Can you do that? Maybe.
Maybe. I think so. I think Joe and I were doing it the other night. I think so.
Were you able to pull it off?
Maybe. I think so. Is there, when this show airs, Tony, will it be on the MGM Plus app or will it be on Amazon by that point?
If Amazon already, so Amazon has 2 networks. They have Amazon Prime and they have another network called like Free.
Yeah,
like
something like that.
Something like that, where they put their free stuff content, their
Silver
low
Bullet's a
budget
good one.
content on there. So will they group it into Amazon? It depends. It seems like they still are separating it. I wish they would group it in there and everything else, but it seems like they're still separating
Yeah, it would be better for us if they did.
100%. But most likely it'll be MGM Plus and MGM. Until MGM leaves the network, then they'll probably still keep it on there and everything.
So yeah, if someone wants to try calling in at 781-990-8509, I think we might be able to talk to both of us. We'll see.
Yeah, and whoever called in, why'd you call in and just hang up?
Yeah, at least leave a message.
Yeah, but Free, I just discovered Free and everything else. And I was like, Amazon's sneaky. They got so many networks and everything else.
But Silver Bullet is a good Corey Haim movie as well. The Corys were pretty good for 80s movies. They had a handful of decent 80s movies.
I mean, they're not Pryor and Wilder, but hey,
no, they're not Eddie Murphy and Jim Carrey or something like that. You know?
Yeah, no, they good. They were who they were. I think I knew people who I knew used to call them like the Frog Brothers. You know, that's all they were, just the Frog Brothers. You know?
And Corey Feldman somewhere along the way thought because he hung out with Michael Jackson, he could sing like Michael Jackson.
Well, he dressed like
Michael Jackson. In Dream a Little Dream, he's dressed completely like Michael Jackson. And he like sings and tries to dance like him and stuff.
He's terrible too. He's terrible.
He's like, I hung out with Michael Jackson, so
I have my friend Dustin Wahlberg is friends with him, and he hung out with him, and he told me some stories about Corey. But I will say this, though, who he is, like when Dustin was hanging out with him, and he told me he was hanging out with him and stuff like that. The chicks he was hanging out with were like playgirls, you know, Playboy models. That's who he was with, big fake boobs and everything. That's who he was with, you know. This is the way it goes and stuff like that. All right, what I'll do is I will drop my call-in number right now. I'll get rid of it. I'll knock that out.
I don't know, but I don't know if it will necessarily
work. I'm dropped it. I'm not doing it. So if you want to call in 781-990-8509, call in that number and let us know. What do you mean too grown for you, Tony? Don't make no sense. What's that? What does that mean? You call in and explain.
Lost Boys is probably the best of the Corey movies, just as a movie as a whole.
But it's
not
not
really a
their
Corey
movie.
Exactly, Tony. 100%.
It's not their movie. It's not. It's a movie
It's a
that they're
Jason
in.
Patrick. It's a Jason Patrick in fucking Kiefer Sutherland movie.
Yeah, it's their movie. It's not their movie. So it's hard for me to say, I'm going to give them credit, but it's just because they're in it. They're in the movie, yeah, but it's not their movie.
Yeah, their movies are License to Drive, fucking Dream a Little Dream, Dream a
those
Little Dream
are
2.
their movie. They're the stars of it and everything else.
Exactly. Lost Boys was more of a Jason Patrick, who's a guy that kind of gets forgotten about along the way as a star. But getting back to From,
yes.
The season 3, being on Amazon would help, but I do.
Is that me?
No, it's me. Area code 502. Welcome to the show. What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can. Yes. Can you hear Tony? Say hi.
Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Can you hear Tony too?
Yes, I can hear.
Oh,
I can hear both of you.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Technology. How are you doing tonight? What's going on?
I'm good. Oh, and this is Jackie, by the way.
Oh, Jackie, welcome to the show. I don't think I've ever heard your voice.
No, I don't usually call in. I just figured I'd do a test and help you out. I'm sure it worked.
Perfect. Do you have a From question, or are you just calling to help us out?
Just calling to help.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry.
But no, don't have to apologize. I don't think we've ever heard your voice though, Jackie.
No, I don't think I've ever heard Jackie's voice. Let's put a picture up on the screen so we can exactly see who.
This is the wonderful Jackie C. Thank you so much for calling in.
You're welcome. I'll see you guys or talk to you guys later.
Jackie's like, oh, Jackie, it works. Bye.
I don't want to be on. I don't actually talk to you fucking guys. What the fuck?
No, I got nothing to say to you, motherfuckers. It works. Bye.
but that's good to know that we can have actual real-time conversations with multiple people.
It is. That is good to know and everything. I definitely appreciate it.
No, Jackie, you don't have to apologize. We appreciate you calling in.
Jackie's like, yo, it works. I'm out. Bye.
Yeah, bye, guys. It was nice. I don't have any From questions. I'm gonna go. Bye. Fucking losers. Get back to your stupid show.
Get back to your show. What the fuck are y'all doing?
Fuck you guys. Those ski guys. No, Jackie, you were amazing. We're kidding with you.
No, of course.
That's exactly why people aren't calling in. What about the crows? What are they? Do the crows have any significance?
They do. I mean, they're there every time and everything. They definitely have some type of significance.
Is it Bran? Is it the three-eyed? Is it the three-eyed raven again?
It could be Bran.
It could be Blood Raven I'm sorry, not Blood Raven. It could be Bran.
It could be Bran in there. They obviously they bring them up. They're in the poster. They definitely have something. I think that the people talking. Oh, go ahead.
Here we go, Tony. Here we go. This is from area code 868. I think I know who this is.
I do too.
Welcome to the show, 868. What's going on, buddy?
Phil, what go on there, my youth? Tony, I want them to say this. Scene star. Listen, Phil, listen. When you're doing your hippie activities, you need to let me know so we could do hippie activities like in tandem together.
Well, the moment you called in, I decided to start doing hippie activities. So I'm simultaneously now, but get to your question. Either way, go for it.
Well, I don't really have a question, bro. I just called in to say, what up, Phil? What up, Tony? What's happening? Because I called him before we was talking about signature. You know what? I do have a little thing that I was wondering. What do you think the significance of that baby that's inside? What's her name? What's Harold's son's girlfriend's name?
Fatima.
What do you think is the significance of that baby? Because they made a lot of noise about it in that one episode, and then we heard nothing about it afterwards at all. So, what do you think that where do you think that thread line is going? And secondly, where do we believe, or who do we believe has to die in season 3 for this thing to make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because we agree that people aren't dying at nearly high enough rate as they should be. With all the shit they have around them, the walker thingies and the cicadas and like the big boy that pushes you out buildings and the tunnels and the sweat ass little children who lay down on stones. Which child is down on stone? Like, how do you get your children to be that disciplined that they just lay down on a piece of stone? Anyways, I wish I knew that, because I can't get my children to lay down on a goddamn car seat. Yeah. So, what do you think is the significance of some of these things? And then, just to switch a little away from a little bit for 2 seconds, I have a feeling that season 2 of House of the Dragons is going to be the best TV ever.
Jesus Christ, we're leaping into other shit. We can't talk about House of the Dragons.
I'm not going to let you discuss that. I'm going to drop that there. Season 2 of House of Dragons is going to be probably the best episode of TV ever.
I have short-term memory. I forget everything.
Disgust.
Love you, buddy.
Right. What was that? The House of the Dragon shit threw me. What was the actual question?
Oh, I forget. Tony, I kind of forget too. I'm the hippie. You need to.
Yeah, but when he just goes off with a tangent. Like, there's no need to bring up.
There was 2 questions, and the first one I was having trouble. The second one I was ready to answer. There were 2 pretty good questions.
Yeah, there's no need to bring up the House of the Dragon.
Yeah, help us out, KP threw us for a loop. We've been drinking here. We can't remember stuff.
You remember shit.
KP, write it in the chat. What were your 2 questions?
What would you say about it? Hey, sweetheart. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand it.
Carla Wayne, your voice is 100% fine. In fact, Carla, here we go. Let me get Carla's voice in the show here before we, because
I could.
You can get her singing, but she did her impression of the voice of 916 here.
Is she really?
Yeah. Let's listen to this.
How come I didn't hear that?
I think because it came to.
Hey pals, this is the voice of 916. No, it's not really. That was the worst impression ever. It's me, Carla from Down Under, and it's literally like 10:30 a.m. here, but you best believe I have a drink in hand to celebrate the season finale stream with you all. First of all, was Tilly leading a group meditation to Gangster's Paradise? And secondly, now I'm not some major theorist, but I'll share my nonchalant personal take with the group. The children ghost illusion people, i.e.
It got cut off there at some point. Or wait,
her voice is amazing. What is he talking about?
Exactly. So sorry, Carla, but
the voice is amazing, and for that, you know what that means, though.
Do it. Here we go.
We're gonna go into the beautiful Carla Way singing the theme song for From. Let's go.
I cut you off, Carla. It's okay.
When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. have children of my own. They ask their mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? I tell them tenderly, que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. Que sera, sera.
And again, that's Carla doing justice to the song.
Yeah,
Really.
not to
I'm
mention
about to play
giving
it
me
again.
time to go pee.
Myself also.
It's perfect timing. Oh gosh. Here we go. Area code 914. Let's see. Welcome to the show, 914. What's going on?
Hey, how's it going? I wanted to call to ask a question about what do you guys think is there time travel involved with that whole bracelet situation with Victor's mother?
I do believe that there is a good chance that there could be a lot of time travel going on in this situation. Again, when you deal with wormholes, that's what they could do. So when we deal with the bracelet situation with Tabitha, it's the exact same bracelet there, but then we see Victor's mom wearing that bracelet. How is Victor's mom wearing Tabitha's bracelet that Tabitha actually created years later on down the line before Victor's mom even got there?
Well, that's why I'm glad that actually Phil is on tonight, because I really like this. Just reminds me so much of Lost, because that's what they ended up doing with time travel. You know, they were digging in the ground, just like on this show. There's a lot of parallels, and I know that I think the guy who is in charge of it is like, these are the ideas I had for Lost, and they didn't use them, so I just repurposed them for something else in a different direction. But a lot of these different things are very reminiscent of Lost. I'm like, even with somebody being pregnant and all of this type of stuff, I'm like, is the baby going to get kidnapped at some point? And
the dogs too, but we will see if it goes in a similar direction. I don't, as long as the Dharma Initiative doesn't show up, I'm excited. But I do see what you're saying, caller. There is some similarities with some of the themes, and I wonder if it's going to go into a different direction. Like you said, maybe ideas that didn't get used for that. There is definitely that pedigree of Lost throughout all of this. It's hard to ignore it.
I'm like Victor, like if you're speaking about Dharma Initiative, Victor is basically like
Danielle,
the guy who no, like the guy who was pressing the button inside of Lost.
Yeah, Desmond.
He's like Desmond,
not Penny's boat.
Huh?
I said not Penny's boat.
Yeah, I'm like, so it's basically like he's the one who's bridging the gap between one set of people between the next set of people. So
not meaning to go too far down the Lost rabbit hole, and thank you so much for your call. But the one thing I kind of hope that we get is that moment somewhere in this series where we get the tailies, where we get a different perspective of everything we've seen from other characters that are in this world. I hope we do get a moment like that, like kind of like an oh fuck, where this world opens up to a certain extent, because I do think there's
this is like, I think that's what we got in the season finale, is when Tabitha woke up, she had like that jack. You have to go back to the island, and we realized that it was like a flash forward as opposed to a flash back. And she's somewhere else now.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting where they pick it up and where Tabitha ends up being. Thank you so much, 914. Great call, my friend.
All right.
You're much better at that than me. See, I'll sit there and I'll just keep going.
Too much sports talk radio in my life, Tony.
Yeah, I'll just keep going. I'm like, you'll keep talking 15 minutes, 20. I'll be able to KP 30 minutes. It's KP, man. Hey, Tony, let me tell you something, brother.
No, I heard you during the show. I didn't watch it. Like, I wish Phil was here to deal with the phones. You're like, I don't want to deal with this shit. I heard you. I wasn't watching the show, but I was listening to Tony Teflon. You bet your ass.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. A lot of things dealing with. I haven't seen Lost, so I can't comment on. I never watched one episode of Lost in my life, so I can't comment on if it's the same or not. Phil would be the expert to let you know if
I need to do a rewatch, but the caller's right in the sense that there are some elements that do sort of carry over, even to the point, Tony, that there's a dog in Lost that kind of.
I mean, when we deal with
and just for one thing, and it's Boyd's dog, or it's not Boyd's dog, it's Michael's dog.
We deal with
isn't it?
Even movie producers, Mike or Scorsese or things like that. When you could see that there's certain things from movie to movie that's the same, right? And everything else. And what movie is it? Is it the Marvel universe that? No. What movie is it that, as a tribute to Star Wars, that someone loses their hand in every movie that they make? Someone does that, and it's in a movie. And any movie that they make, someone will lose their hand as a tribute to Star Wars because the director was a fan of Star Wars or whatever. And every movie he ever makes, he'll have someone lose their hand in the movie, in one of the movies. It happens every movie. I can't think, and it's like so simple. Like I should know it right off the bat, what it is. But I think people do things like that, and obviously they did do Lost and the people who had something to do with Lost had something to do with this show and everything. People said Spaceballs. No, it's not Spaceballs. It's every movie. It's like, I don't know if it's the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it's something like that. That every movie that they do, they have someone get their hand chopped off in the movie. It'll happen. It may be Marvel. I'm starting to go back and through my mind of all the Marvel movies. Did someone lose their hand in every Marvel movie?
I don't know.
Could be.
And yes, Daryl, they were not. They were not. But I don't want to turn this into a Lost stream. Maybe I'll do that at some point. I've been wanting to do a Lost similarities with From stream at some point when we're back in season time. I'll do something like that on my channel and see if I can find and have some fun conversations about that. But I do think the point of it all is season 3 needs to bring back a bunch of different things, or needs to deliver on a couple of different things. Taking a long time between seasons sucks, but when it comes back, it needs to bring the fear back. It needs to answer some questions. We need to find out more about the talismans, more about the boy in white, and keep doing what it's doing. But I think more than anything, the two biggest things that we need, Tony, going into season 3 is bringing that fear back and answering some questions before you necessarily ask more. I don't mind continually asking questions, but you need to answer stuff. That's what Severance season 1 did so well. By the end of that season, if there was never any more Severance, they answered a lot of damn questions. I want more of it, but if that one single season was all ever existed of Severance, it would be satisfying. And that's what you need in a mystery box show. You need to answer those questions and feel satisfied. And I think you did for the most part in season 1. Season 2 did not give you that same kind of sort of feeling. It gave you the blue balls television feeling.
No doubt about it. It could be George R. R. Martin. It may be him that does it.
Did he get in the writer's room?
He may be the person who chops off a hand and everything because of.
It might be George.
It may be. But it's definitely a thing. I know without a doubt. It may be George R. Martin. But if you look at whatever these shows or these movies, that every time you'll always have someone get their hand chopped off, and everyone because of their love for Star Wars. And it's this thing. We're gonna end it right now, all right? Because it's going on 3 hours, and usually no one watches it back when it's 3 hours. So it makes so maybe I'll come back tomorrow. I was planning on coming back tomorrow and doing a different stream about something else. But I'll come back tomorrow maybe and continue this talk on something else about that. I was going to do the Changeling season 2 predictions on that, but we will come back tomorrow and we'll do this and everything else and get this thing pop on to Phil and see what he's doing and all that good
Yeah,
stuff.
I'll be on from probably like 10 to 11ish tomorrow, but I
at
can,
night, right?
yeah.
You know, I'll be on way earlier than that. It won't ever do anything like that. Maybe it's transition right over to that or something like that. But
Yeah, I'll be and you're welcome. Like I said, you're welcome to pop on with us afterwards. We're talking Invincibles episode 2 tomorrow night.
yeah, make sure you subscribe to Phil Issues Guy's channel. Please put this link to his channel in the description if you can. Check him out. He does all Invincible and everything else, and he does a great job over there with his people and all that good stuff and everything else.
Yeah, and Tony pops over as well. We're gonna get Tony on here.
Oh, do you want to? Have you seen this thing on from Think Story? Not Think Story. Think Story from shout out to Think Story, but from the Convicting a Murderer thing.
I know what it is, but I haven't checked it out yet. But maybe I'll get into it.
Yeah, if you want to do, because I was gonna do with LL, but I don't know if she's up to it right now. There's stuff going on.
I could be the lady.
All right. So
where is this on? Is it on
Yeah, it's I'll talk to you.
Okay, so
on,
it's free, some free app somewhere.
Yeah, I'll talk to you about it and everything else and all that when we go up there and everything else. So
Joe will be on tomorrow night, and he was on last week in rare form. So check that out if you're into Invincible. But
yeah, and make sure you subscribe if you want to catch the After Dark. It's gonna be for subscriber only, and then the rewatch will be members only. So if you want to check it out, the After Dark, if you're wondering what it is, it's just a very adult conversation stream where we talk about a lot of personal things, a lot of sex, mostly sex is usually what it's all about.
That ends up being
and relationships and things like that and everything else and all that. And you don't just get to look at me and Phil. You have beautiful women on here that'll be there talking it to mostly.
That's the draw, really. It's Anna.
Yeah, it's really those ladies that'll be up there and everything else. So yeah, definitely subscribe so you can be a part of that. That'll be a Saturday night. We'll be talking about that, and it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun. Everyone likes it and stuff like that. People get to watch it. But again, if you're not subscribed, you're not gonna be able to see it. And if you don't watch it live and you try to come back, it's gonna be you have to be a member to watch it again. So that's why everyone feels comfortable talking about what they talk about, because it's not out there.
Otherwise, Tony loses subscribers when he does After Dark.
Yes, I do. People are like, I ain't here for that stuff. I'm just here for the fun.
Exactly. Let's be real. We don't do After Darks as much because Tony loses 20 to 100, 50 to 100 subscribers.
Yeah,
when we do After Darks.
Never gain them, but no, that's why we're just doing it for people who want to watch it. That way you can watch it, and then that'll just be it. All right. If you like the way I do this, please thumbs up. This spread this across the realm, and as always, subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace and stay safe.